Good morning, Baton Rouge. Today is Friday at 7 in the morning, and it'll be a high of 90 degrees. Very surprising today. On this hour of OTB, we're going to break down the LSU and Ole Miss game, potentially some Spencer Rattler news, and let's get into OTB today.
Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota.
Ooh, you're scary.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Terrifying and terrible.
Live from the haunted Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Oh man, how much I would love to become Ole Miss's Halloween nightmare. I want to feel, you know what sucks, Jake? I want to feel like Michael Myers again. There used to be a time when you would watch this LSU football team take the field on Saturdays in October, and you felt like the killer, the predator. You felt like the one stepping from behind the bush slowly but inevitably coming to end the other person's life. And you haven't had that. And this is a chance to get back to that. Team up Jake Alondra Jordan hanging out with you today. It is Friday. Let's go, y'all. So on Scone T last night, I was thinking about this, man. I don't know how y'all are feeling. Maybe we need to do a mental health check. I'm just losing it the closer and closer we get to this game. It has me.
I think there's some people listening that might know that already.
It has me exploring, like diving within myself and my mind and my body and saying, why do I want this so badly? Like I was thinking about last night. Why? Because one of the things that really gets me going, that just really revs my engine, is this. And it's so spiteful. Like, it's so spiteful and petty. It's insane. But when we look at this game, if we were to talk to y'all, or like most of us before the season predicted that both teams would be undefeated in this game. Both have suffered an unexpected early loss. It's why I've been calling this game the playoff Thunderdome, right? Two teams enter, one team leaves. Like, what? Like, if you lose this game, you're not mathematically eliminated, but I feel that you're pretty functionally eliminated from the playoff conversation. And so the thought, the fantasy that I'm having that I really cannot kick, Jake, is the idea that Ole Miss would spend an entire offseason falling in love with themselves. An entire offseason believing they finally got the team. They've never been to Atlanta for the SEC championship, but finally 12-team playoff, they would have made it 2 of the last 3 years. They got all the superstar transfers. They put so much money into the roster. They got the third-year quarterback. Lane Kiffin is a changed and evolved man. An entire offseason of convincing yourself that you are the guy. And I want to be the guy that shatters that. I want to be the guy that proves that you aren't that guy, bud. Trust me. I want to be the guy that has them feeling sadness, bitterness, rage, feeling as if they got sold a bill of goods, feeling as if their investment in the NIL space was a waste of time and money. Like, you have the opportunity to do all of this. And it's crazy. But I want to feel their pain as much, if not more, than I want to feel my own joy. That's what I can't unpack. Why? What? It's primal. It's almost primal how much, just how I feel about this game and how much pain I want and how much bitter disappointment I want Ole Miss fans to have to swallow on Saturday night.
Yeah, there's no question Ole Miss fans have to be, if not now, then when mode right now. And if they lose this game, to T's point, think about all the resources and everything that they've put into this year. They've put everything into this year. Everything that they could come up with in the offseason and to build this roster, they did. And look, I'm not mad at them. You know, you're going for it. You're trying. You feel like this is your window. We talk about NFL windows. Well, now college is going to have those windows.
Yeah.
Because of NIL, because of what your roster looks like. And so this is them pushing all the chips to the middle of the table. And if you go out there and you're victorious against them, like you said, there's a percentage chance that they could, but that would be their second loss in the SEC.
Yeah.
Right? Now, LSU, they don't need another loss, but that would still just be their first loss in the SEC. This would be the second in league play for Ole Miss. And so, for all intents and purposes, they would be completely out of it. And then they would have just kind of the same season that they've been having over the last couple of years, although they would have put a lot more resource into this season.
Oof. And you would once again prove that nothing has changed. Big brother still big brother, little brother still little brother. And Death Valley is still where opponents' dreams come to die. So I was trying to unpack just how primal it was because, again, it feels like when you think about how we treat sporting events nowadays, what we put into it, the level that it affects our emotion to. I mean, Baton Rouge will be a legitimate, happier place next week if LSU wins.
Yes.
The entire city, the fall weather will roll in. The entire city be walking around with a little extra pep in their step. All the common water cooler talk's going to be about this football team. What a win. And one of the cool parts for the players, Jake, I talked about it last night too, but like, this is a chance to achieve a little bit of immortality. Because these are the sort of games that if you win them, people remember, right? We can talk about all your old favorite Tiger Stadium games, and everybody's going to have a different one. Everyone's going to have a different one that's their absolute favorite, but we remember a lot of them. I mean, what's your favorite Ole Miss memory?
Beating them in overtime in 2006.
Yeah, I was on a
Dwayne
recruiting
Bowe catches a pass, and the great part about that one is they thought they had it.
They did have it. Looked like they had it the whole game.
Yeah. And they
remember
were
talking to
the
Coach
underdog.
O afterwards, Ole Miss head coach, and he was lamenting the fact that he played not to lose instead of playing to win.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite. I don't know, 2007 is pretty cool. I'm in the locker room getting shot up. I broke a rib, and I'm on the table, needle about to go in, and I see Trendon Holiday return one for a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, but you snatched their souls in 06.
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling. Made all the sweeter due to that fine vintage of pain and bitterness poured into the glass. Do y'all have a favorite Tiger Stadium home game, regular season, or favorite Ole Miss memory?
Not necessarily an Ole Miss one, but I do have a favorite Tiger Stadium memory. 100%.
Yeah, what you got?
So I think I said on whatever the last day I was here, Wednesday, that I was there when they upset Georgia, the day game 2018,
Awesome
Joe Burrow's
day.
first year, and they rushed the field. So I have a video of myself rushing the field, and I'm running past Justin Jefferson,
Nice.
Leonard Fournette. I met Grant Delpit, Michael Divinity, all on camera. So that's definitely my favorite Tiger. That was the last time I've been in the stadium, too.
Playing Mardi Gras Mambo on the field.
Yeah, it was
everybody
insane.
Dancing. Beautiful
Yeah.
day outside.
Oh, matter of fact, let me add a little juice to it. So my friend, her brother, her family had tickets to the game. Her brother doesn't go to the game. I don't go to LSU. I went to Southern.
Yeah.
So I'm on campus just because it's his first SEC game, whatever. Boom. Her brother doesn't go. I get the tickets.
Wow.
I get into the student section. So I'm right there on the field the whole game, basically. For the free SEC Saturday day game. Rush the field with the students. I'm on top of the world that whole day.
Oh, man. I remember Danny Cardenas was sitting with me in the press box that day. A young Danny, and I just kept punching him in the ribs. So I was so excited, but trying not to cheer in the press box. I just kept punching him in the ribs. Alondra, do you have a favorite Tiger Stadium memory?
Actually, the first one that came to mind was that Georgia game as well.
It's a great
and I guess it was because that was really the first like true huge game and upset that I had experienced in Death Valley, and I was in the student section too because I was still in school at that time, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But kind of like how you said the that y'all were in the press box or whatever. I think like the first time I ever went in a press box, I was like, oh my God, what is life?
Yeah.
But
in which way?
not
That
cheering
what?
in
Trying
it.
not to cheer?
Well, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also like, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy.
It's a nice place to take in the game. But
it is.
The overall point here is that you remember these games, right? The Odell punt return to beat Ole Miss, the Miles press conference afterwards. For me personally, a game that probably many don't remember as fondly, but that 2010 home game against Ole Miss where the defense could not stop Jeremiah Masoli. It was one of the only times in my career which the offense had to win the game. I mean, there's like overtime against Arkansas and Ryan Mallett back in the day. There's 19 Florida, 07 Florida. The point is, these are the games that you achieve a shred of immortality with. It's not, getting your All-American plaque necessarily. It's not winning a championship, but it's also not that. It's on that scale. Like you think about the DJ Chark punt return, the Odell punt return. You think about the major plays that lead to these wins. And no, if you're a player in this game on Saturday, you have both an immediate opportunity to get money, because if you make plays on this stage, you get paid now, and you have a longer-term opportunity to be remembered. And that's cool, man, especially when you get to be an old man like me. It's cool when somebody asks you about the Tennessee game. It's cool when somebody brings up an old football memory. And that's the opportunity that you have this Saturday. Don't let it go by. Take it.
We got to throw some love in this conversation to Logan Stokes, 2014, number 24 LSU, beats number 3 Ole Miss. I was in the stands just strictly as a fan. Wasn't working the game until after the game, so sat in the stands. One of the loudest times I've ever heard Tiger Stadium that nobody talks about was that 2014 game when Ole Miss was number 3 in the country. Logan Stokes, his only catch, touchdown to beat Ole Miss.
Underrated Mad Hatter moment. Even though I know he's not technically calling the plays, right? But it is representative of Coach Miles' era at LSU, is the fact that that's Logan's only career catch.
Yeah.
What an insane off-script decision that just worked to absolute perfection to throw to a guy
We'll
who
never
may not
see it
even
coming.
He may not even have had another target in his career. Maybe one or two. And then he comes up with a touchdown catch.
To win 10-7.
To win 10-7, speaking of the Hatter. To win 10-7 against the number 3 team in the country. Again, these are the moments. These are the moments that as you get older, you will carry with you for the rest of your life. How bad do you want it, baby? How bad do you want it? And what are you willing to sacrifice to get it? Because you got to lay it all on the line Saturday night. The worst thing in the world is when you get done and you look in the mirror and you feel like you could have done more, okay? If you lose, you lose. But go out on your shield. Go out all out. Put in every ounce of effort that you have into it. And I ain't even just talking to the players here. I'm talking to the fans. I'm talking to everybody. Cheerleaders. It's like Coach Bryant Vincent said after they whooped UAB's ass, ULM, a few weeks ago. He said, we outperformed at every level. I'm not just talking about the players. I'm talking about the cheerleaders, the support staff, the crowd, every single level. That's what you got to have. Saturday night in Death Valley. What a game. What a game. The place where opponents' dreams come to die. Can't freaking wait. When we get back here on Off the Bench, I want to talk a little bit about Blake Baker. And Wilson Alexander has a very good profile piece on Baker in The Advocate today that really sets the stage for what a moment this is for him specifically. So if you want to get involved, youtube.com/1045 ESPN is where you can watch. You can hop in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, hanging out with us there. Please remember to hit the like button, y'all. Sub to the channel. You can always go check out LouisianaSports.net too for all your Louisiana sports stories. Sorry, my phone fell out my pocket.
It happens all the time, Jordan. Don't worry. Loose pocket.
More OTB when we get back.
Off the bench.
Go to oakparkevents.com, oakpark, events.com. And look, we got a couple of great venues over here, man. We got Oak Lodge. We got Park 73. You just got engaged. Congratulations. Okay, that's awesome. Happy impending nuptials. I'm going to give you some advice, okay? I've been with my wife for a very long time, longer than Jordan's been alive almost. And what you want to do, almost a sec, guys. What you want to do is show that you give a damn. You're locked into the process. You want to be here. So what you do is you go to oakparkevents.com, you book a consultation, and you tell your fiance, hey, look, babe, look, you know, I was thinking, I heard this. Actually, or maybe you just came up with this on my own. The bottom line, though, is you're going to see a couple of venues where we put on thousands of weddings through the years. And we can match whatever vibe you're looking for. Indoor, outdoor, anything. Whatever food you want, whatever music you want. We do it all. A true turnkey service. Oak Park Events. Book a free consultation today. oakparkevents.com.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app
It's fine. It's cool.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Jordan, 100 million bucks.
That's not the lyrics.
You get it.
I don't remember that part.
I heard her. She said
just
Jordan.
said Chapel.
No, sir.
Kiss him on the mouth if you're a girl. That's what Les said after beating Ole Miss in 2012. Shout out Chapel. Here in 2024, you can kiss him on the mouth even if you're a boy, if you really want to. Doesn't matter. As long as it's a consensual kiss. Except for Saturday. Nothing consensual about Saturday night. Y'all already know. All right, I want to talk about Blake Baker. Real quick, though. Yeah, no, let's actually get into Blake Baker. So, again, Wilson Alexander had a great write-up, Jake, on Blake Baker today and how he ends up back here at LSU. And it kind of gets your brain spinning a little bit, right? Because it took real courage to make the move that Baker did. And some of y'all are going to hear that. You guys say, what are you talking about? They're paying him $2.5 million. Mizzou was matching. The money was immaterial. The money was the same. So at the end of the day, Blake Baker had to choose between a place in Mizzou that was already comfortable, already successful, just inherently has less pressure. People are already very static with you. You're damn near best friends with your head coach and Eli Drinkwitz, with your boss. And you have to choose between that or coming to LSU and not just starting a reclamation project, right? Taking over a defense that is an abject disaster and shambles. But you have to take over that defense, Jake, and then you have to live up to a $2.5 million expectation and live up, and that's the immediate, and you have to live up to the shadows of the past. I mean, some of the greatest defenses in college football history put on the purple and gold. Well, nowadays, if you're 8 years old or something, you may think of LSU as being an offensive team. For most people, this is still a school and a program defined first and foremost by its defensive identity. And that's what Blake Baker has to live up to. So here he sits. He's comfortable. He's happy. Everything's going great at Mizzou. 11-2. Defense is awesome. Got all of his players. Got a lot of guys going to the NFL. Same money offered from both schools. And he makes the decision to challenge himself, to not stay comfortable, to go and accept the pressure of taking that LSU job and taking on both the immediate expectations and the burden of the past. And this is now, Jake, Saturday. This is his first opportunity. This is his, I mean, look, USC, yes, whatever, but this matters more. I mean, this is SEC, this is Ole Miss, this is Saturday night in Death Valley. This is a game last year where we've never seen a worse defensive performance. I mean, guys, I think it was something like 1,300 total yards between the two teams last year.
I mean, LSU had 700, so
there was
that makes sense.
700 and couldn't get the 10 that you needed at the end, but 1,300 total yards. Like 60-something first downs or something or another. Like, this is different. This is the first major test. And this is the chance for Blake Baker, Jake, to start to write his legend.
It's certainly that. And not just Blake Baker, but the entire defensive staff. And, Corey Raymond's certainly been here during big moments, but now he gets a chance to write a new legend. He gets a chance to have, another part of his story be formed here in this game, because all the talks about Ole Miss and the receivers and what they've got going on, and you're young at defensive back. And so, like, even a guy like Corey Raymond, who has been here for multiple national championships, he can write just another chapter in his long story. So there's so many different things. Bo Davis and what he's done in his career, and former LSU player. So it certainly starts with Blake, but it's the entire defensive staff. And you went out and you overhauled everything, honestly, because of games like last year. Like, you never want to see that happen ever again to the LSU Tigers. And
it's
so
been $10 million because of games like last year.
Yes. I mean, you should never have 700 yards of offense and lose a football game. It should just never happen.
Actually,
you shouldn't have 3 first-round picks on one side of the football that are, like, right now, 3 of the best rookies in the NFL.
Dominated.
right? You have two receivers that are in the top 7 in receiving yards in the NFL. One of them missed the game.
Their quarterbacks are Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence.
Exactly. And then you've got Jaden doing Jaden things, right? So all of that coming together for this moment, you're exactly right. Like, this is the moment where all eyes are going to be on the entire defensive staff and certainly Blake Baker and how he handles it. And we're looking at how aggressive is he going to be, because he's been aggressive. You know, we're talking about the blueprint of what Kentucky was able to do against Ole Miss and what their front 7 was able to do. Can you replicate that? So, yeah, USC was a challenge. You played pretty well against USC.
Yeah, you really did.
This is going to be
with a completely different personnel group than what you're going to be bringing to bear on Saturday.
Yeah, we talked about it. There's guys that played 50 snaps in that game that might not play in this game.
Yeah.
There's guys that played 2 snaps in that game that are going to play 50 plays in this game.
And that's another reason why I think this is even more of a legitimate test than that first game. Is now you know your personnel you're working with this year. You've had the ability to kind of shrink the rotation to figure out. And look, let's be honest. One line that we've been dropping a lot this week, but we haven't really given credence to the other line. Ole Miss has absolutely not faced an offense like LSU, but the same is true of LSU. They have absolutely not faced an offense like what Ole Miss is going to be bringing to bear. And USC's offense is pretty good, but not as good. And again, the first game thing there as well for them. And that is the concern. I mean, right now, LSU ranks last in pass yards allowed per game, third to last in passing yards per completion, and fourth to last in scoring defense. And that's with playing only one SEC game thus far. So, you know what I think. I think statistically, this is a defense that at this time is very similar to last year's. I think in the level of technique and play and scheme and assignment discipline, I think I've seen major strides. I think they're better. I think they're probably slightly better than what they look like on paper. But that's me giving them the benefit of the doubt. You know how you prove it? You go have a successful day against Ole Miss. You don't have to dominate. You don't have to go full Kentucky because your offense is miles ahead of Kentucky's. Like, you'll put up points. Remember, you have the third best offense in the country right now, according to the S&P Plus. You'll put up, you'll put up more points. So you just got to come up with enough stops. And with that in mind, Jake, I don't want you to change your identity. You know, you want to play aggressive, create havoc. You want to go single high, challenge your DBs to play man. Game on. Let's do it. And it may result in some bad plays. But again, think to USC. What was it, 2 or 3 fumbles that weren't recovered? Definitely 2. I don't think 3.
I know it's 2 for sure.
2 massive fumbles.
For sure
it was 2. It was 2. So 2 massive fumbles that could be recovered. That ball bounced a little different. That entire game's right. That's the risk that you engage in. And that's the risk that we talked about yesterday. If you're trying to affect an upset, if you're trying to make up for a talent gap, you got to be willing to play with fire a little bit. And so, no, I don't want them to do what they did last year and come out in these soft zone coverages and just give Ole Miss everything they want. That, you know, I don't want to be on the back heel, taking the punches, trying to play defense. I want to be exposing my own chin because I'm out here attacking, throwing punches. So that's what I'd do.
No, I see what you're saying, because if you try to change and look, if you try to replicate somebody too much and you're not yourself, that's when you can get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, you can take pieces of what they did, but you try to implement them within what you do. And Blake's been aggressive his entire career. It's who he's been. And so I would expect more of the same. Now, again, you give them different looks and end up where you've kind of always been. And if you start to really get pressure with 4, if you see their offensive line can't block Swinson and Jones and others on the edge, then maybe you can change up with what you're doing. But I feel like they are going to be a team that tries to be the aggressor. They don't try to pull a counterpunch. Last year was a counterpunch, and you got knocked out. What can you do this year? Who's going to be, you know, the people in the defensive backfield that can make the plays because you are being, a little bit aggressive in front of them?
And for Baker, man, one thing I love about the Wilson piece is, what does he have to fear? I mean, this is a man who, when he got done playing football, always told he was too small. ends up getting a scholarship to Tulane, ends up becoming a solid player there. Speaking of aggression, Jake, there was a great story. So I guess his older brother was a starting guard at Texas, and he was starting Tulane, and they played Texas, and so his brother must be way bigger than him, right? But in the middle of the play, his brother says all of a sudden his cleats are in the air. He's staring up at the ceiling. His back hits the ground first, and his little brother Blake had just completely cheap shotted him, ear-holed him out of nowhere, blindside, cowboy collar on. That's that type of aggression that I like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if brother's on the field, brother's getting got.
Just blindsided older bro. But what does he have here? What I'm getting at with that is, so he gets done playing football, he's doing construction. He's selling alcohol. You know? He knows what it's like to be on the normal side of life. And now he looks up. He's got a great salary, but more so than that, he's in front of 100,000 Saturday night in Death Valley in an environment that you cannot replicate. An environment that you get once, twice a year. So not that many times in your entire life. What do you have to fear? Nothing. Go out there and, like I said, man, play ballsy and see if you can make a little magic happen and start to write your own legend and start to achieve some of your own immortality. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
So what I'm hearing is Blake Baker is the ultimate foxhole guy. That's what I'm hearing.
That seems to be
he's the ultimate foxhole guy.
It seems to be and the reason why I chose to come back is because of family.
He didn't want to leave here in the first place.
He didn't want to leave here in the first place. True. But no, it seems to be the prevailing sentiment from former players, teammates, everything is that he's just like an absolute joy to be around.
Yeah.
Apparently he can freestyle.
Really?
Yeah, his old teammate said he heard thousands of freestyles in their Tulane playing days. From like day one of camp, started freestyling.
I can see that.
Which I mean, I've always thought it's a pretty big flex if you can. I used to sit there and like think for like 10 minutes and come up with like 2 lines and then do 2 lines and then just like completely fall apart. Like a car losing its wheels.
Crumble under the lights.
Just
you just gotta go.
I mean, I can't. I tried.
Like a Derek Carr losing his wheels?
Yeah. Like the Derek Carr first pick. I would complete a couple, but then I'd run. Then I'd just off the back heel, just throw it up straight up in the air.
Oh yeah, to the heavens. Somebody got to catch it.
But yeah, everybody says that he's the man in that regard. Foxhole guy.
And if you're wondering what we're talking about with being aggressive, it doesn't just mean like bringing people, adding numbers. Sure, they bring 70% of the time, but also we're talking about in coverages. They've ran cover 0 7.2% of the time. Cover 1, which is an aggressive coverage, only one deep safety, 40.3% of the time. They've only run quarters, which is very passive, 7.9% of the time. So they've almost run cover 0 as much as they've run quarters.
Yeah, I mean it's again, and so my point is, don't change who you are now. And really, I mean, so much of this comes down to Trey Harris availability. Like, that is a big enough option where if you wanted to fence sit, now you know me, I'm saying LSU's winning no matter what. But if you wanted to fence sit and tell me, well, I'm picking Ole Miss unless Trey Harris is out or limited, then I'll go LSU. I actually think that's a valid opinion. That's how much Harris potentially means to this game. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that situation. But he's definitely going to give it a go. But how does he look is something that all fans should be locked into early on. All right, when we get back, let's talk a little Rat-Tat.
Oh, yes.
Spencer Rattler making his first. I love how. Okay, we'll get to it because a lot of people echo that sentiment. Like Spencer Rattler's going to walk in here Sunday and just change everything up. We'll see. Coming up next here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. You want to get a pool? Outdoor kitchen, outdoor living area. You want to put some turf in? Have your kids running parachutes? Maybe put a little putting green? Whatever. You want a bigger fence? Any size, type, or fence? Pergolas, bulkheads? All of it and more at Pinnacle. We build the spaces. You build the memories. And that's what this is about. Your home is your greatest asset. Make it the place that you and your family want to be. Your friends want to come over. Your kids want to come over. Your kids' friends want to come over. You can do that with Pinnacle. Go to the website. You're going to be blown away by the gallery, guys. The work speaks for itself. Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com.
It's residential and commercial pools, outdoor living, fences, bulkheads, any kind of fence. Multiple things they can do for your outdoor living space. Don't forget about the artificial turf they can drop down for you as well. Go to the website to see all of that work. It is PECbuilt.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Are her and Barry Keegan still together? Saltburn guy?
I think I saw that they broke up.
You kind of knew it was coming eventually, but...
Did you?
Wow. Yeah. You
called it?
He was praying on it.
They were just, a little too hot, a little too artistic.
Yeah.
Just burn fast and bright for a little bit.
Yeah.
Sexy couple, though.
She's so cute.
Yep. And he's like very androgynously beautiful. He's a bit like, well, Trevor Lawrence is androgynous. I don't know about androgynously beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey.
What?
I mean, he does look like a lesbian. So, So, I mean, I feel you.
Yeah, he's not like attractive to me.
Yeah, Barry Keegan or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is like a D1 volleyball player.
No, he does. Well, remember that there's that old video of, I think it was a guy in like the volleyball shorts, and everybody thought it was actually Trevor Lawrence, but it's not Trevor Lawrence. It's a lookalike.
Like you would, if you told me Trevor Lawrence was like a 6'2" woman on Clemson's volleyball team, I believe you.
Yeah, I agree. Still, Barry Keegan, I think, much more attractive than Trevor Lawrence. Anyway, Rat Dat, baby.
Yes, sirski.
Spencer Rattler era beginning. The agenda has come to fruition. The Saints are saved, guys. We're good to go. The future is now. I did like a Kubiak quote that I read yesterday about why they chose Rattler to start, Jake, where basically said, look, in my experience, I haven't seen many gamers, okay? I chose him to start because what I see in practice. So kind of fighting against this notion that they just chose, because, Haener went in the other day, but everybody could kind of feel that Rattler maybe has the higher ceiling, actual potential to be a legitimate starting quarterback in this league. And so he would probably be the choice, given that they had performed so similarly during camp. And basically Kubiak saying, yeah, look, he didn't get this just because, but he didn't get this for those reasons. He got this because I like what I see in practice. I think that could translate to the game. Jordan, you seem very positive about this. I am excited, but I almost have no hope that this is going to go well.
Okay, well, let me just say this. No, I'm not expecting Spencer Rattler to come out there and throw for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like, no.
Okay.
I'm just no. I'm being real. He's a rookie. Like, let's all be real. Let's pump up. He's a 5th round pick rookie. I'm more excited because, 1, it's a look into the future. And 2, I'd rather watch a young quarterback go out there and just try and learn, figure it out on the spot than watch an 11-year vet come out there and just stink it up. You know for a fact that we like. Too. You knew for a fact in a Monday night game after like the first series we was not winning this game.
Yeah,
not winning this game.
Yeah.
So yes, Spencer Rattler. I'm not going like, oh man, Spencer Rattler's better than Derek Carr. No man, obviously he's a veteran and this is a rookie. But it's just hope, man, because Carr gives the fans zero hope. Zero hope.
Okay,
that's all it is. It's just a hope thing.
That's pretty eloquently stated, and I think you're probably. I think that's spot on. Like I definitely get that. I understand that.
Yeah, I'm not over here like, man, he's the savior. Like, yeah, we saying that to say that, but realistically, he's a rookie and he's going against the Bucs. That is a hard defense. Todd Bowles plays no games, but Bo Nix lit them up. So leave the door open.
There it goes. The hope creeps in, even when you try to fight against it.
Yeah.
Jake, where's your head at for Rattler starting Sunday? What do you think, like, an acceptable level? Like, to me, the way the Saints win still feels like the defense keeping it close. You're at home, maybe a big turnover, maybe a non-offensive touchdown thrown in. And then if Rattler, like, the coolest thing would be, even if he struggles, if he got an opportunity to win the game at the end and came through in like a 2-minute situation.
Don't tell me that.
Set up Gruppenheimer for a
he needs to go too.
By the way, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, Dev was spot on.
There's a picture of Blake Groupie where he looks exactly like a 1945 Nazi.
He does.
Yeah.
Like because you know how like in the 40s too, everybody was so tiny?
Yeah.
Like he really looks like one of those 17-year-olds that got drafted or like joined the army lying about his age.
Yeah.
And Dev called that man Gruppenheimer. Anyway, if Rattler gets that opportunity, even on a day where maybe he struggles because the defense keeps it close, and he comes up with like a 2-minute drive, sets up a game in the field, that would be pretty sick, dude.
You say what you got to say, Jake.
No, I want them to not have a governor on Spencer Rattler. Like, run your offense.
Yeah.
Run your full offense. Don't come in here with like 10 plays in the pass, 10 in the run, and just be conservative. Like, you can't do that. Rookies don't do that anymore. Like, you got to give them everything that is available, the things that they've been practicing on since they've been drafted. And also, like, what does Spencer Rattler do well? Okay?
Improvise?
Whatever you feel like he does well, and he does, like, in kind of 2x2, 11 personnel, 3 receivers, a tight end, and a back. He lives in that world. You haven't really lived there. But you got to do some of that because that's what now your quarterback does well. I'm not saying you completely change your playbook, but it's in there, T. Everybody's got 2x2, 11 personnel, doubles formation, key protection plays. Go do some of that. Sprinkle it in a little bit because that's where he's at his best. And again, like you run your offense, be who you are. That's what he's learned since he got there. Just don't half step into the game. I used to hate whenever, like, even if we had like a new left tackle because our guy went down, like we tiptoed around it and we're like, we can't go to this side. Or if we go to this side, hey, Hess, you got to stay in. You got to help him. You got to chip every single play. It's like, man, it waters down the offense. And so, yes, he's a rookie, but run what you've run all offseason long with him, all preseason long, and in practice.
Yeah, I mean, it's what do you have to lose, dude? Dennis Allen, your entire era is literally all on the line.
We're waiting on you to get out the door, buddy.
It's all on the line on Sunday. You might as well go for it, you know? Go down swinging, same type deal. Go down emptying the clip. Maybe not full Dylan Stewart style. We don't need any penalties. But, you know, go down metaphorically emptying the clip.
I have a quick quote from Clint Kubiak to answer Jake's question. This was tweeted by John Hendricks. He said they were not dumbing down anything for Spencer Rattler. Kubiak said he's fully capable.
There you go, baby.
Gotta be.
Who dat? Rat dat? Maybe. We'll see come Sunday. Closing hour one of OTB next.
Off the bench.
Go to Coleman Roofing and Construction, ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com. Coleman Roof is your most respected, your most reliable, and your most complete roofing company, and will complete in a few different ways. First off, any size project, commercial, residential, we got you. Anywhere in the state or the Gulf South region, we got you. Any type of roof, your terracotta, shingles, New Orleans slate, I don't care. Sorry, those are the only 3 type of roofs I know. But there's more roofs out there, and you know who knows them all? Coleman. You need warehouse roof coatings? We got you. How about like a tree falls in your house? Why did it say construction on the end? Because they rebuild the home. They do the construction. If you get water damage from a leak, they rebuild your drywall inside, and then they fix a hole in your roof. ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com.
I'm looking at a list of different types of roof. I feel like you did pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 11 different types. You got 3 of them.
Okay, well, 11.
But Coleman knows all
Damn.
11 different types of roofing. ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What happened, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Shoot, Jordan, I forgot to tell you. Look at 745. There's a video about Elon Musk's new robots that he debuted last night, and I want to play this.
I've never heard
sound.
you say robots.
I failed my own bit. Robot.
Yeah.
I think that's an old Futurama bit. I'm pretty sure is what I get that from.
A long time.
Yeah, Futurama, great show.
Yeah,
great show. Is that Matt Judge or Groening? I can't remember. No, Judge is King of the Hill, right?
Oh, that's...
Groening is Simpson and Futurama.
King of the Hill is goated.
Hey, you get me that video. You stop talking. Okay.
Historian.
Meek, calm down.
No, stop. We're not doing that T Diddy.
Yes, come on
we're
now.
Not doing that T Diddy.
We all know that's what the M in your name stands for.
It's J.M. Kitchens.
Yeah.
That's the email, you know?
Michael.
Okay.
That's what
Meekle.
say.
More like Meekle.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Jordan
Meekle
Meekle Kitchens.
I'll just see the less miles.
No. 745. Look at 745.
God, he's worse than Taylor.
He is worse than Taylor.
With sound, you said?
I mean, actually, Jordan and Taylor are really brothers from another mother. When I tell you their passion for takes, NFL takes, fantasy takes.
No, Taylor's my guy.
I hear them throughout the office all day just taking at one another's face. Like I'm listening to a volleyball match, just constant takes back and forth.
Give me 1 second. I mean, the video's up. I got to figure out how Taylor had it set up to make the sound come out.
Yeah, that's cool. And we can get to it a bit later if it doesn't. There's no this doesn't have to be here. It's just Elon Musk debuted a lot of robots last night at some Tesla event, and these things were like walking around the crowd, serving drinks. It's simultaneously cool because it's like very sci-fi and feels like it's straight out of, our imagination, but also like we know how this ends, right? We know how this ends. It's not good.
With him on top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's almost certainly not good.
You know how many movies tell you why this is not a good idea?
We'll get it. Look, this is what we'll do. We'll get it next because it's 2 minutes long. And because you got to listen to what Elon says. There is a line that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my entire life. So we'll get it with sound coming up next. I should have told you to the commercial break. That's on me. I got a boring news thing I could do. Jordan, do you have a Pelicans take?
Yeah, I do.
Give it to me. See, that's what I like right there.
Herb Jones is going to start at center from Shams.
Well, yeah, I heard Shams say this.
Yeah, I'm doing a video on it after this. So, yeah, Herb Jones is starting at, apparently. This is what Shams said. So, Shams is the most tapped in since Woj is gone.
Well, yeah, Shams just got the ESPN job.
Yeah, so Shams is reporting it. You kind of have to take something.
Sure.
So
it's like any
and were the Pelicans being kind of defensive about it, being like, it's not really about like a center, like it's positionless basketball.
It's positionless basketball.
Right.
That's what they're trying to do.
Which is the thing. Like, I get it. That's a thing. And now you need a big man that can stretch. But I was also thinking yesterday when I saw this headline, like, the reason why that lineup of doom for the Warriors really worked is because they had all-time good shooters.
We don't have Steph Curry. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have all-time
Yeah.
good shooters. Can you run out there with Herb as your 5 and make it work?
I don't think so. I honestly, the way I've been reporting about it is like they're going to go from a matchup perspective from different teams. So different teams going to be different lineups.
Yeah.
So like Daniel Tice, they're doing a lot of 5 and out. So basically what the Celtics were doing and the Warriors back in the day, where everybody spaced out on the 3-point line and somebody, Zion, crashing DeJounte Murray, kick it out to the 3-point shooter.
I mean, it is interesting maybe in terms of like maximizing Zion because now you no longer have like somebody kind of clogging up the middle for him.
Now it's open.
But man,
Valanciunas down there.
We'll see. We'll see. And Zion better stay healthy if that's going to be the entire pitch there.
It's interesting. I mean, her super long, but they're playing the 5.
5. I mean, look, I do believe that Herb Jones could probably D up any position on the court better than anybody else on the team at any given time. So, yeah, from that perspective. All right, hour 2, a lot more football and fun. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the bench.
AccuTemp of Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com, AccuTempBR.com. Look, you go to AccuTemp of Baton Rouge and you get that service to the highest degree. For all your AC, heating, and electrical needs, you get in touch with AccuTemp. And you take control of your comfort zone today. They're going to blow you away. They actually send you like little biographies about who's coming in your home ahead of time. Of course, they're lifestyle insured, but you also get to know them, what makes them tick. I'll never forget my guy Brandon, who ran all around town on a Friday, finding the last part in town to make sure I had AC for the weekend. I had people coming to town. He loved woodworking. I hope you've made like a great table or chair or something lately, man, because you were awesome. AccuTemp's awesome. AccuTempBR.com.
Go to the website to schedule your appointment today. Right now, you're going to get into that season where your heater on, heater off, AC on, AC off. Don't shock the system. Make sure your unit is working like it's supposed to and up to date there. AccuTempBR.com.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, you know, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, you know. We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
Yeah. Good morning, Baton Rouge. It is 8 a.m. on this fine Friday. It's gonna be a high of 90. It's gonna be a high of 90 degrees today. And on this hour of OTB, we're talking to Big Fave. So hello, somebody. So y'all stay tuned. Yeah, let's get it.
Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All Star Toyota.
Come in if you dare.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Aren't you scared?
Live from the haunted Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Oh, good laugh. Hello, somebody. It's Friday, 8 a.m., which means it's time for a man who always sounded scary rushing the passer. Results varied.
Yeah, all those noises.
Big Fave 504, baller broadcaster. New album, Love, just dropped. Fave, what's up, Loverboy? Excuse me. Fave, what's up, brother? How we doing?
Man, I'm laughing at y'all. Look, that was more Glenn than me.
It was both of y'all. Y'all handed down like Josh Downs did it later. There was always Donald Hurricane Haynes used to do it.
Yeah. You ain't supposed to hold your breath when you're running, Fave. Come on, man.
Man, y'all, hey, I love it, bro. I love it. Football Friday. Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody, indeed. Fave, what's going on, man? We're going inside the trenches. Massive game tomorrow night. Of course, you can catch Fave, BT, Hunt Palmer, all on the LSU Sports Radio Network, pregame, postgame, halftime. Fave, where's your, like, before we get into, like, matchups on the field, everything else, how we feel about tomorrow? Where's your head at, bro?
I'm feeling very optimistic. I am, guys. I do believe, especially after watching the Kentucky game, us having a bye week as well, I do think we could go out there and take advantage of that home field advantage and put up what would be an upset. But, you know, of course, we know a few things have to go down for that to happen.
Yeah. Well, okay, so what are your because I know what my keys would be. What are your keys, do you think, to LSU pulling off this upset?
I mean, it all starts and ends with Jason Dart, because this is my whole thing. If we shut him down, they got one player on offense, Trey Harris. He's really, like, if you take those two out the game, you put yourself in a position to win. So turnovers do matter in a game like this. I got two names for y'all, Swinson and Jones.
Yep.
Those two guys right there are going to be big tomorrow. Like, if we were calling this game, you know, a little play-by-play color, and we breaking down the, you know, impact players, I'm going at those two defensive guys right there. I think they're going to be key in our success tomorrow.
Yeah, it's interesting, Fave. I agree. I mean, that would appear to be, I mean, look, Ole Miss O-line very injured right now, including their starting left tackle out. That would appear to be where you gain an advantage. I think it has to start, though, with the ability to stop the run, and then you set up. Then you set up those guys for success. How do you feel about this young interior going against that Ole Miss O-line?
I'm going to go back to Peoples and Davis. I think that those two coaches probably took this last week to prepare those guys and sharpen their tools in regards to their technique.
Mm-hmm.
Being technique sound is going to matter in the A gaps, the B gaps, and the C gaps. On the exterior line, I like Weeks. You know, Greg Penn, those guys do a good job going sideline to sideline. Where I think the problems could lie is in those interior gaps. Losing getting, I used to hate this block. That's why I made shots out to Coach Moffitt. Those squats really meant something to a short guy like me. When they bump us, right? When you know all about it, T-Bob. Your guard bumps me all the way down into the other 8 gap. Now you take me over, and now we have an advantage there. We have to be stout, strong, and intentional on our gaps tomorrow, and I think we'll be all right.
You saw the defensive tackle position early in the year. I mean, just rotate, multiple bodies. I mean, there was like 7 guys that were rotating in. It feels like they are kind of honing in, Big Fave, on who they want to be the main guys. If right now, if you were to say, hey, I want these 2 defensive tackles to play a majority of the snaps, which 2 would you go with right now?
Oh, Gio Paez and Ahmad Bro. Those will be my 3. I'll put Paez at the 3. The nose, and then I'll move Bro to the 3. Now you got to watch that though, because it is easier to play, tilted the center or the interior of the guard, the 2-eye. It is easier for that. So from a mature standpoint, your 3 tech, you really want that to be your best D tackle. So let me flip those. I'm gonna move Bro at the nose, and then I'm gonna put Gio at the 3 tech, just because he's more experienced.
My bad, Fave. Talking to Big Fave at Big Fave 504. Catch me on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Also, check them out on Spotify. Big Fave, Lover just dropped this year. They got a new single, My Love, out. Fave, what about what's BT saying about this secondary? Because I agree with you. Like, a place where LSU, when they're on defense, they could gain an advantage are the ends in that pass rush. Where they would feel the weakest would be the secondary lining up against these Ole Miss receivers. Now, like you said, I mean, Trey Harris it's crazy, the majority of production that has gone through him, but the other receivers still have talent as well. How's BT feeling about this secondary matching up with Ole Miss receivers?
Man, I talked to BT earlier this week. He had a long conversation with Ashton Stamps. Him and Ashton spoke. Ashton works with Robbie Green Jr., and Robbie and Jordan Jefferson, your homeboy, they're best friends. So that's why, before Ashton got to LSU, he was already covering Justin Jefferson. Like, they were doing stuff that summer. Yeah, so that's the connection there. And, BT just kind of spoke with him about being calm but aggressive at the same time. Here's a guy. Yeah, damn, Hester, you had just left. I keep on forgetting we didn't leave the same time. But when Brandon first got to LSU, he had to do return. He had to play a little bit of secondary, so on and so forth. So he went through those growing pains, and then boom, he arrives BBU, right? Y'all crew from 11. So I think just being able to have that conversation with Ashton about taking it one play at a time, attention to detail, sharing the Corey Raymond stories. So he's really taken a like to these guys in the last 2 games. BT, see when BT turned a Popeye the Sailor Man and his arms get to busting out the little LSU polo shirt, he getting mad, bro, because there's nothing we can do, right? So we just sit there and complain like, man, I would have did it this way.
Wait,
but,
so
he likes that.
Who has bigger arms? I was just thinking about this as you were answering that. Who has bigger arms, Brandon Taylor or Curtis Taylor nowadays?
Oh, Brandon Taylor by far.
Wait, BT's got Kurt Dog beat now? Curry's had the craziest arms I've ever seen in my life.
Man, bro, between him and his twin, his sister, the twin, is Brittany, but the Jaron, the other brother, they cut up. Now, Kurt looked like he about 210 solid now. Shoot, about 230. He ain't fat, but you know how.
Hold on, Fave.
No, you're saying it. You're saying he put a little on.
Say it with your chest out.
Texting me. Hester saw me in that 2X on the sideline.
2X, yeah. I
Let's
see
go,
it too.
baby. Fave's losing weight. Fave looks great.
Get Chris Blair on the phone right now. I was a 3X last year. I'm a 2X this year.
Just because you go down a size don't mean you should.
Fave. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big
Damn,
Fave,
bro.
what do you want to see on the other side of the football? Obviously, defense is your specialty, but what do you want to see from the LSU offense? How do you think they attack this newly, revamped Ole Miss defense? It's got some Jimmies and Joes certainly on the front seven.
I want to see our athletes act a fool in this game. Look, Lacey a dog. Man, Lord said the same. We get Chris Hilton back this week.
Yeah.
The receivers, man, we got some and Aaron Anderson. They look good. Man, let me see Jawan Johnson, Caden Durham. Let me see our athletes shine at the running back position. I'm talking. I won't call Frank Wilson right now. Frank, what's happening, baby? I'm my West Bank brother now. Let me see them running backs act a fool. But I'm glad we getting that we all really helped with getting Durham back.
Yep.
I want to see our athletic players at the running back position catch balls in the flat, run some combinations, some traps in the inside. The way we came out with that running game, I know it was South Alabama. That was electrifying. I think we can do the same thing this weekend. So that's what I want to see, Hess. I want to see our athletes at the running back position shine.
What was it? Oh, I think this is a big Xavier Thomas game potentially with the Kyle Parker news. We haven't gotten to the Kyle Parker news. We can get to the Kyle Parker news next. Kyle Parker out for the season. Torn. It's a torn ligament in his tricep, torn tendon. Tore his tricep. Absolutely awful. But Xavier Thomas, whether it's getting the ball offensively, he's a guy that I think you want to get like 5 touches. He's rewarded you when you have. But a game like this, man, he's been so close to these punt returns. He's been feeling like he's going to break one. We've seen the legend of punt returns, whether it's Billy Cannon, Odell Beckham in this Ole Miss game specifically. I wonder if Xavier Thomas can maybe add his name to that. That'd be pretty incredible, man. Faye, what's going on? What's going on this weekend, man? What you got going on inside the trenches?
Well, this weekend, this Monday coming up, we're gonna be back at Small Slide to do the Inside the Trenches show. No shows this weekend. Last week, the Chicken Fest was off the chain. Shout out to them for having us. It was nice. But this weekend, of course, going to be homecoming weekend for us. I wish we would have picked a different game. But I'm optimistic, baby. We're going to do it. I got to figure out where the after party going to be at. You know what I'm saying? I'm a party with Hester this weekend. You know what I'm saying? We both got kids, man. All 3 of us got kids. We got our babysitters popping. We're going to enjoy our homecoming.
Big Fave, let me tell you something. I'm covering 2 games on Saturday. When the clock hits 000 in Tiger Stadium, there ain't no partying for your boy here.
Yeah. No, you got a busy day coming up for sure. But if LSU wins, you ain't going to feel tired, dog. You ain't going to feel tired. You're going to feel good, baby. Feel good, baby.
Yes.
All right, so catch Big Fave, LSU Sports Radio Network tomorrow. Him, BT, Chris Blair, Hunt Palmer, Jake. The entire team does an excellent job. Fave, Gordy. Fave, thank you so much, brother.
Man, thank y'all for having me, fellas. Have a good day.
Hello, somebody. All right. Coming up next, we can discuss Kyle Parker a little bit, and we'll get into Elan's Robots. More off the bench.
Off the bench.
Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com. Your steel one-stop shop. And look, it's purlin, tubing, roofing, sheet metal, steel buildings, any steel accessories, all there in Gonzales, Louisiana. Manufactured on site. The business has grown massively. And it's because they have the best prices. Turns out if you have great customer service, the best prices, and make a really good product, you tend to be successful. And we can do any size deal, okay? I don't want you to think this is just, look, yes, personal steel needs, sure. But you're a big business. You got a huge order. We got you. Contact Community Steel Company today. Gonzales, Louisiana, CommunitySteelCo.com.
Yeah, always remember when you go to that website, if you want to see where they're located in Gonzales, it's top right corner of the website. Just click on that. They've been there for an hour and 14 minutes already waiting on you. They want you to come see the showroom. They invite you in to the showroom. Give them a call if you can't get there today at 225-647-2020.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back to OTB. So last night, Brian Kelly announcing that Kyle Parker has torn his tricep, will be out for the year. A huge bummer for Parker, somebody who put in a lot of work preseason, was making really good strides. Really the only true just up the sideline deep shot of the year belongs to him. That just perfectly thrown ball against UCLA. Great catch by him to finish. But he's no longer available. That stinks. Jake, where does this, and again, I hate anytime somebody gets injured immediately glossing over into who does this open up opportunity? Where does the team go from here? Because it really sucks for the player individually, but Parker's young, triceps recoverable. It's not, thankfully it's not anything that should affect your speed down the road. He'll be fine. I believe in Kyle Parker to be just fine. Who does this open up opportunity for? Where do you go from here?
Well, you're waiting to see what Chris Hilton's availability is. Obviously, that's a big question mark. Shelton Sampson is somebody that BK did mention as well in his answer. Look, Kyle was somebody that you wanted to be able to go out there and help you, and he did have the one deep shot that you've truly taken down the sideline. But he did only play 43 snaps so far this year because he was dealing with injuries, remember?
Yeah.
Kind of this entire year. So it's not going to be impossible by any means. There's certainly a lot of candidates that can go out there. And I'm like you, you hate to just move past it, but that's what you have to do.
Move the drill.
And what T-Bob's talking, somebody can tear their ACL, they can tear their pec, they can break their arm, they can be knocked out. They are going to have medical attention at that player, and they're going to move the football up 20 yards and continue to practice.
Yeah. There's no injury. Somebody could be dying, and they would basically do that.
The coach gets mad because it's taking too long, and he grabs the ball, moves it up 20 yards, and you keep practicing while the medical staff is literally working on this person behind you. So it's just a brutal game. It's kind of what it is. I'm not. This isn't a slight against Kyle Parker. I think Kyle Parker's going to be great here, but there's plenty of names and bodies to be able to, I think, make up for the 43 snaps that Kyle Parker's played this year.
I mean, look, I like seeing the ball in Xavier Thomas's hand. You mentioned Chris Hilton. Here's what I was thinking on Hilton, because one thing that Matt's been pretty adamant about, and I would like to pick Taylor's brain about this since he was at practice so much from Moscona, is that because he gets to go to the camp practice, we got to do the show, right? So we can't. But it's that Hilton dominated last camp and was dominating this camp, right? And unfortunately,
he was my breakout player, like in preseason camp. He was the guy that, you're going around, give me a name that's, not right now on the radar. He was my guy. Expecting big things.
And so, injury has stopped that from coming to fruition so far. But maybe this is the opportunity. A game last year where you had a good game, but a bit of a revenge game. You had a huge opportunity last year. It would have been a very tough play. Didn't quite make it. But Jake, this environment, after being sidelined for nearly half the year thus far, can you fathom the amount of fresh legs adrenaline he's going to have on the first snap? You got me effed up if you think I'm doing anything but letting that man run on the first snap. I mean, the first time Chris Hilton's in that game, I'm shooting him like an RPG at that Ole Miss defense. I'm just saying, bruh, take all this adrenaline and just run as fast as you can. Just all the juice, just run straight as fast as you can. Nuss, don't even make a read. Just freaking launch it and let him run underneath it. I wish that's my dream, is that would happen. I don't think it's going to happen. That's what I do. But, I'm not paid $1 million to be OC.
You could run, we used to call it go-go. And so you could do it 3x1. You could do it 2x2, where Hilton is the guy that you're talking about. Let's just say he's out wide and he runs the go. That's the G part of the go-go. And then the O part is a deep out. So Chris Hilton's clearing everything. And then you've got
great
CJ
route combination in
Daniels.
NCAA that I use quite a bit, yeah.
And you got CJ Daniels running the deep out, but they're so terrified of the speed of Hilton that you have back turn, and then CJ Daniels or whoever it might be, he cuts his out at 12 to 15 yards in front of the defensive back who's got his back turn because he's so worried about Chris Hilton, and that's an easy first down. So that's how you use guys with speed. You manipulate everything with them. They don't always have to get the ball to affect the game.
Go to ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu. Hey, the number to call if you want to let them know that OTB sent you, 225-267-8003, 267-8003. ITI's slogan is for a better life, right? And that's what they do, man. In 2 years, I'm not talking about getting a job. I'm talking about preparing for a career. Like lifelong return on investment, making good money, the ability to retire, the ability to provide for a family. This is all within your reach with a 2-year associate degree from ITI. You get Fridays off. We got day and night classes, very flexible class schedule. Students don't have to schedule their own classes. They take care of the scheduling for you. You just work with them. Beautiful campus right there off of Airline Highway. Go to iticollege.edu. Again, 267-8003. All right, so Tesla had some big presentation last night. Let's see if Meat Kitchens figured out how to play the video here. It's a big test here. He's never played one with sound before on the show. Here is Elon presenting his new line of walking servant robots. That's not good. Oh.
The video's playing. I don't know why nothing's coming
out. Last night. Oh,
we got to get rid of the echo if we can while we figure this out. Go ahead.
Anyways, last night, shout out to my little brother's team, Captain Shreve. They beat Evangel, where I played football, 77-76.
Yeah, I saw that and I thought
Only
it was a typo.
overtime.
I thought it was a typo, and then I thought
last week Captain Shreve lost. I think it was 68-66.
77-76?
Yeah.
That's I don't. How did? And only one OT.
Only one OT.
So what was the score at the end of regulation? Like 70-70?
Yeah, I think it was 70-70. Yeah. I think it was 70-70.
Bro, aren't quarters in high school only like 12 minutes? How are you scoring so much? What are the defenses doing?
Nothing.
The DCs need to be tarred and feathered and paraded through the streets.
Yeah, so Captain Shreve has scored like basically 150 points in 2 games, and they're 1-1.
Word, dude. What?
Shout out though, yeah. My
Shout
little
out.
brother. I think it's my little brother's first time to play against Evangel. Where
What position is he playing?
He's a receiver.
Okay.
I played there. My older brother played there. So 2 of his older brothers played there. His other older brother played at Calvary.
Also, shout out the freshman.
Pretty cool.
Jackson
Yeah, shout out.
Hester getting some run with the varsity last night at OU High.
It is, man. I tell you what, and we talked about this, before. We've talked about it, with our own children. Like when I went out to Tiger Stadium and there's 100,000 people, or when I played in Qualcomm or the Superdome or wherever, Heinz Field in the NFL, like there was never any nerves. It just wasn't. Like I felt like I was a guy that had to be prepared, but I felt like I was always prepared. I could control the narrative. I could control the situation. Not one time was I ever nervous for a football game. Not one time. When it's your kids and you can't control it and they're out there, I tell you what, like flag football, it's funny. Like, and once you get started, you lose the nerves, whatever. You just want your kids to do well. When your son's out there playing varsity, like real varsity for the first time, that was a nerve that I have yet to ever experience.
The closest I've ever gotten to that, and I know it's going to get even more extreme, is definitely watching my little brother play like big high school, like high school state championship at basketball and stuff. I remember watching the game in my apartment in Baton Rouge on the computer, and I'm just like, just stomach in my throat the entire time.
That's why you almost got in a fight.
Adrenaline. Yeah. Oregon got in a fight in Autzen, basically. Almost cops being called down and whatnot. Yeah. So I can't imagine. That's awesome though. Shout out U High. Go Cubs. Try to be all about the U. All right, we got it. You think we got it?
Yeah, I think we got it.
Okay, let's try it.
So everybody stop talking.
Okay. I don't think we got it. It's just a fun aside anyway.
Yeah.
Everything the man got instructed on the email.
It's okay.
What if we plugged in the USB-C into your tablet? Can we play from there? Haven't we played film from there before?
We can. We'll you want to test that during the break?
Yeah,
so
we'll
we don't
test it
have
during the
a
break. Oh, no, I'm not going to do it right now live. No. We're going to figure it out during the break.
Yeah.
Emil says bigger letdown than Elon's Robots. Again, it's okay. When we get back, Ohio State, Oregon's going down this weekend. I don't care about the game. For all of you psychopath Little League coaches, I'm actually going to validate you a little bit by showing you that Little League football can really,
been trying to tell you for years,
really matter. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon, get it done. Gordon McCurdy, Injury Attorneys, 225-888-8888. 225-888-8888. Gordon's going to stand up for you and get you what you deserve when you get in an accident, okay? Stand up to the big insurance companies. You follow him on social media at Get Gordon. You learn how to protect yourself when you get in an accident. You learn some great business, life advice, some great content with your favorite athletes, members of the G team. See Gordon wearing Will Campbell's white suit as he signed to the first football player in 2024 on the G team. Or you just go to getgordon.com. You fill out the free consult, see past results from satisfied clients, see the plethora of cases that they cover. Get Gordon, get it done. 225-888-8888.
That's right. It's throughout the state of Louisiana. No matter where you're at, Shreveport, Monroe, Alexandria, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Houma, any corner of Louisiana, they are here for you. Just put your area code before the 8s. 888-8888. GetGordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. OTB. Mitchell Knapp says, oh my gosh, Oregon's #3. Yeah, bro. Top 5 matchup coming up this weekend, 2 and 3. Doing battle in Autzen. Not that I care because it's going to be LSU Ole Miss time, but I will watch the replay. Very excited for that. This is not like the Alabama-Georgia game where like we kind of more watched that than we watched LSU South Alabama. This is going to be full locked into LSU and then learn the story about what happened at Oregon Ohio State next.
Yeah, we're going to play a little game whenever you leave to go golf today. We're going to go through window by window. So every viewing window of the college football Saturday, give the slate of games, and you got to tell me which game you're going to watch. Now you can watch all of them. We know there's the 4 screens. But which one's going to be on the main screen and why when you
11 a.m.
Now you can't play. You're leaving. Sorry.
Nebraska, Indiana.
Nobody's listening.
Matt Rule.
This doesn't count.
Kurt can't play.
Signetti.
Nope. Can't play if you leave early.
Wow. I did text like a few weeks ago when they originally asked me to do this. Saying.
Oh, I know. You can tell me right now. That ain't the problem, but you can't play the game. We got to save that content for when you leave.
Yeah. Yeah. What was I going to say?
Are you staying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna
make it?
I'm good.
Okay.
The moment. So, okay. Oregon, Ohio State, massive game. Jeremiah Smith, you don't know who he is. Freshman superstar phenom,
right?
Wide receiver. I mean, you know, I think we take it for granted. But,
yeah, maybe
But But, you saw Ryan Williams from Alabama. Maybe
He's
just
Ryan
learned about him. He is Ryan Williams of Ohio State.
He's Ryan Williams of the North.
He's the fastest true freshman. So Ohio State is this thing where when you're a freshman and you kind of stop being thought of as a freshman, they take this black stripe off of your helmet. Nobody's ever gotten it removed quicker than Jeremiah Smith.
Ever in the history of Ohio State football. Maurice Clarett was a freshman when he burst onto the scene, and he didn't even, get his off.
He has great stats. I'm fascinated to see if he'll, insert himself into the national consciousness the same way that Ryan Williams did when he got on that stage, because this is the exact same stage. But I was reading an awesome article yesterday in The Athletic by Bruce Feldman talking about Jake, what motivated Jeremiah Smith and what's gotten him to this point. And how about this? At 7 years old, he's trying to make, a kindergarten, first grade team, whatever. He doesn't make it. Week-long tryouts, gets cut at the end of tryouts, doesn't make it. Goes back to his dad. He's crying. His dad's like, what's wrong? He explains, I didn't make the team. His dad goes over to the coach, and his dad wasn't a football player or anything, but him and the coach knew each other. He's like, oh, I didn't know that was your son. Yeah, come on, he can be on the team. And his dad's like, no. I don't want to, we're going to take it like that. We're not going to do it. And so his dad, Chris, takes Jeremiah aside. He says, look, quote, we're going to work a little harder, and you ain't going to have to worry about that again.
Oof.
So he didn't get to play football that weekend, but what he did that year, was his dad said, during the week, you get to be a kid. On the weekend, we working. And he had a couple coaches in the area, Jake. He got a wide receiver coach. He got like a speed improvement coach.
Yep.
And here's what Jeremiah Smith says about that moment. Quote, that just motivated me to take everything that I do very seriously. I still really remember that moment of the hurt feelings of being a 7-year-old kid that just wanted to play football, didn't get the chance to that year. So I don't take anything for granted anymore. That moment made me tougher. I think about that moment each and every day. It's something I keep in my mind while I'm playing, or if I ever feel like I'm slacking off, I remember that moment and that feeling. That's crazy. 7 years old. And it has stuck with him, and still every single day of his life, he uses it. We mentioned the black shirt thing. Oh, what did he do the next year in Little League? He was the league's MVP. When Jeremiah Smith enrolled at Ohio State, Jake, who knows how strong he is now? When he enrolled, benching 355, squatting 530. Broad, 10-10.
Yep.
Vert, 36. 23.3 miles an hour. First true freshman in Ohio State history to have a receiving touchdown in each of his first 5 games. And it all goes back to a 7-year-old Little League football coach that cut him so that he could not play football that year. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and so many people get on, certain parents and coaches. Look, if your child wants to do it, if they have a desire to be great and they let you know that, then why would you not help them to be great? Like, I've never understood that. Like, you're not pushing them too far. What do they want to do to get better?
Yeah, this is not a Marinovich thing.
Absolutely.
This is not a
and so many
Marinovich
people
project.
get on
Child
being disappointed that he got cut. Look, if he never your wanted child that wants feeling to again, do it, if they have a desire and I to talk be about great, it all the time, and they let you know that, I am very appreciative. Then why would you not? My mom and dad, the way they raised me, any lessons that I needed. We used to run Independence Stadium every single day.
He talks about a hill in Florida they used to train.
We ran it all. Being disappointed that he got cut. He never wanted that feeling to do it. If they have a desire, and I talk about as big of a hill as you could find in Shreveport. I'd wrap a chain around my waist, a tire behind it. My little brother'd sit in the tire. We'd go up and down that hill. Now, like, my older brother didn't like doing it. My dad didn't force him to do it. It's like, if you want to do it, we'll do it. And I was there every single day. I wanted to do that. And if you have a child that wants to do that, then go do it.
Yeah.
Help him live out his or her dream.
Yeah.
Again, don't force them to do anything, but if they want to do it, if they want to get better, I love that. I love everything about that. And it's great bonding time. Like some of the best times I've had with my sons is when they're like, hey, Dad, let's go run some parachutes. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
And you know who else has to put that on? I do. Because if I'm asking you to do it, I got to do it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? So, no, I love hearing that. And there is so much that you can do at those ages to get better and like to create great habits.
Yeah.
And just mentally and physically. And so, like, no, hearing that, Michael Jordan got cut. Like, we all know that one time.
Yep.
It's like, I never want that feeling again. When I was, let's see how old I'm, 11 years old, I didn't make the All-Star team. Only time in my life.
Wow.
In baseball. And when I say it bothered, I was like, that ain't ever happening to me again.
Yeah.
Ever. Just things like that are things that you use as motivation because you're competitive and you want to be the best player that you possibly can be. Like whatever your peak is, you want to get to that peak.
And that's what Jeremiah's, since 7 years old, that's what's been driving him. How about this? Where he comes from in Florida, Jake, same area, over the past 3 decades, that has produced Isaac Bruce, Chad Johnson, Anquan Bolden, Santana Moss, Antonio Brown, Marquise Brown, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy, Andre Johnson. That's insane. And now you got Jeremiah Smith, who they're saying, who knows where his ceiling is, maybe potentially the best of all of them. You know what else I love about him? Listen to this quote. About chess. His dad got him into chess when he was younger. Here's what he says, quote, "There was an elderly man who taught me and my little brother how to play, and I just fell in love with it. I learned that it definitely translates over to the other aspects of your life because you have to really think before you make a move, before you make a decision. That's not just about football, but about everything in life." He gets it. He gets it. Chess is infinitely applicable. Jeremiah Smith going to dominate Saturday night against the Oregon Ducks. And then I'll leave you with a quote from his father, because I think that this is good advice that anybody could follow. Quote, "Just try and be a good person. First, be humble. Don't ever look down on people. Follow God. You can have all the talent in the world, but you got to be humble too. You got to recognize it's God-given and always be a man of your word. What you say, let it be true." True. Good job, Chris Smith. Good job, Jeremiah Smith. Now let's see if you can go get it done in Autzen and see if Ohio State can prove that they indeed should be the favorite for the Natty. We're going to see. We're going to see. You got a pick on this game, Jake?
Buckeyes.
Yeah, I got them covered.
I think the Buckeyes are talented everywhere. Now, the only thing they could run into is if somebody says, you're going to have to beat us throwing the football, and you got to challenge them. I don't know that Oregon can line up, though, and say you can't run the football today.
Yeah.
I think they can slow it down. I don't think they can stop it. And so I like the Buckeyes to go across the country. I'm not saying they're going to blow them out. If they win by a touchdown, they cover. What's it, 3.5?
3.5.
So I still think they'll cover.
The handicappers are picking Oregon +3.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't care what Ott said. Just kidding. I love you, Ott. Watching tape, I see two different stories in two different teams. I think Oregon's good.
Yeah.
I think they have a chance to be great. I think Ohio State's great already with a chance to be elite.
I'm fascinated to see Dylan Gabriel against this Ohio State defense. Because right now, Gabriel's the nation's most efficient passer. The O-line's gotten better after being really bad early on. But Ohio State's defense, granted they haven't played a great offense, but Ohio State's defensive stats are out of control. Number 1 scoring defense in the country, number 3 rush defense, number 4 pass defense. They lead the Big Ten in sacks per game. Like, they're strong at every level. How real is it? We're going to figure out Saturday night in Nelson. Bilbo says, T-Bob, you forgot another famous alum from Jeremiah's high school, Billy Mitchell. I didn't know that. Do y'all know Billy Mitchell?
Is that the guy?
Donkey Kong?
The King of
I'm
Kong.
about to say the liar?
Yep, the liar. Yep, he
Somebody
got
said-
busted for maybe using an emulator and not original software.
And he just tried to sue everybody?
Yeah. He has a line of hot sauce that people like. What he did not cheat on back in the day is he was the original Pac-Man King.
Okay.
He was the first person to ever
My world record.
achieve a perfect score on Pac-Man, like the max score that you can get.
Oh wow.
But
when did it start to, go downhill?
I mean, after King of Kong, because him and Steve Wiebe were going back and forth. But I think at the end of that aren't they kind of calling into question? I'm trying to remember the documentary. I haven't seen it in years. I feel like at the end of that, they're calling into question whether or not, is it all above board? I feel like the last couple of years is when it really started to go downhill for Billy Mitchell.
Because that's when I learned about him. Because I didn't know that he was the guy that was making fun of on regular show. That one episode with the video game machine. I didn't know that was him. The big head.
Yeah, big head, big mullet.
Yeah,
tie maybe. I haven't seen a regular show, but I would imagine I could what he would look like. All right, let's close out hour 2 of OTB next.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota, your one-stop car shop. Okay, guys? Whether you're buying new Toyota certified used vehicle, you're just looking to rent, you need a body shop, service center, all makes and models welcome at All-Star. They got an excellent sales staff if you're looking for a new vehicle. It's my airline in Goodwood. Very conveniently located. It's right there. It's the best. Rentals right there on site. If you go to the collision center, okay, service center, free professional estimates, great lines of communication, excellent turnaround time. I got not one but 2 Toyota Sienna minivans from All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com.
I don't have a Sienna, but I do have a Highlander. And that midsize SUV is perfect for our family's needs. We have a big family, and we still can fit all in the Highlander there. Go to the website today to see what is going to meet your needs, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Welcome back to OTB. So if you want to see something crazy, look up the Elon Robot video. We can't
play it here, but you can look it up.
The only funny part, so it is objectively cool. It's like out of a movie because you have like robots walking around, and Elon's talking about how, look, these are going to be your personal assistants, and there's videos of them like watering plants and like chopping vegetables, all the classic movie stuff, and pouring drinks, and they're talking about how like he's like, I think this could be the biggest product in the world. I think everybody's going to want one, like 8 billion people, whatever, and it's going to make goods and services cheaper, blah, 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 blah.
Let me just play it from here, and then Jordan plays the video.
Do you have the audio?
I can get the audio from my side, yeah.
All I really care about is one line where he puts a percentage number on whether or not it'll end up good for humanity.
Is it like at the beginning?
It's kind of in the middle. Just play the audio. That's fine.
Okay.
Here's the robots walking in.
And we've made a lot of progress with Optimus.
Full screen this, Jordan, if you can.
As you can see, we started up with someone in a robot suit, sort of down, and then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own. So you could have your own personal R2-D2 C-3PO.
True.
But fundamentally, at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll be able to do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks. Whatever you can think of, it will do. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think this will be
awkward.
The biggest product ever of any kind. Yeah. Because I think everyone, of the 8 billion people of Earth, I think everyone's going to want their Optimus buddy. And there's going to be maybe 2, and then they'll be producing products and services. I predict, actually, provided we address risks of digital superintelligence, 80% probability of good outcomes. Look on the bright side. The cup is 80% full. The cost of products and services.
Just pause it. Just pause it right there. What? Guys, you can't get up there and say, basically, we're going to make 8 billion of these things. Everybody's going to want one. And I think there's like 4 out of 5, let's look on the bright side. So not even saying it's like an objective 80. Let's be positive here. I think there's about an 80% chance that it doesn't end humanity. As long as we take care of like digital superintelligence and AI, but yes, we'll probably end fine, right?
80% is crazy.
80%, I mean, that's insane. That's not a good percentage.
It's like 80% half full.
Yeah, it's like 80%, it'll be 80% good for humanity, maybe.
No.
In my
Look on the
mind.
bright side.
Look on the bright side.
Look on the bright side.
So what does that really mean? It's like 60%? Are we at like 50-50, a coin flip? Because I've seen how this ends in pop culture.
Yeah, iRobot.
Yeah, we've seen it a million times.
I don't like this.
Although,
I was thinking more Terminator than iRobot.
Yeah.
One nice thing is,
iRobot plays for sure, but
one thing about all those movies, though, are for a little while, you do get a little bit of a utopia, right?
Yeah.
Like the first couple generations of the robots, it'll be awesome. They're helping out. You're doing everything. But then you start to become over-reliant. You start to abuse them. AI comes, and then it all turns.
Yeah.
Sentient.
Yeah. So for the first couple generations, we're probably fine. I just thought it was wild that this man set up there, said everybody in the world's going to want one, and I think it's like 80% that it won't end humanity.
No. And then
and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
80%.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I like them odds.
No, he was like, everybody's going to want one. They're going to be like $20,000, $30,000.
Yeah.
Like,
well, okay. So that does sound crazy until you think about it like a car.
No,
right?
I get
you
it.
finance a car, you would finance one of these
I get the price.
Yeah.
But I'm not spending $20,000-$30,000 on a robot. I'm just not.
Ooh, until like you see how easy it's
No.
making other people's lives, dude.
I don't even want to buy a new car because I don't want a car note.
I would 1,000% explore, even though the price would be crazy right now. But if I had a robot that just clean my house,
used robot,
just clean my house, you kidding me? I'd want that full clothes.
Well,
What'd you name the
there's
robot?
housekeepers. You
What?
can get a
What'd you
housekeeper.
name your robot?
What would I name my robot?
You wouldn't just call him robot.
I'd call him T-Bot.
T-Bot?
He would finally be my little Twitter consciousness.
Yeah.
My little T-Bot family. Here they are living in my house now. Little T-Bot.
T-Bot.
We'd have Quad Bob, T-Bob, and T-Bot all hanging out in the same house.
Lord.
All right, guys. Beat Ole Miss. I love you. Whiskey and Wine Saturday. I'll see you then.
Off the bench.
YourGoodwood.com. Remember, guys, Goodwood games Saturday night because we bringing it. High energy, high tea, high hardness. All there, all possible with Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness because that's the point. We ain't settling for mediocrity, not in the bedroom, not in the boardroom. Feeling a little low energy, not feeling like yourself. You want to get back to feeling like you used to when you were younger. You're struggling with ED. Well, guess what? Stop being embarrassed. Get to Goodwood. It's private. It's affordable, transparent pricing. And it's a customized plan for you to get you where you want to be. That's Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. YourGoodwood.com. YourGoodwood.com.
Yeah, go to the website to see what they can do for you. And look, we tell you all the time, this is something you should not be embarrassed by. You go check out the website. You see what they can do for you. You get on a path to get back like your old self. YourGoodwood.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
America be whooping them. That's a problem. Good morning, everybody. It's 9 a.m. and we are the final hour of OTB. It is going to be a sunny day. It's about a high of 90 on this Friday. On this hour of OTB, we're talking about everything under the sun. So y'all just sit tight, grab your morning coffee on your drive. Stay tuned to OTB.
Happy Halloween! Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota.
Enter at your own risk.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
It might even horrify you.
Live from the haunted Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
All right, welcome back into OTB hour number 3. T-Bob had to go to an LSU Alumni Association, I think that's what it was for, golf tournament. That's why he was dressed with the Michael Jackson glove on all day. And no, he did not borrow it from Harlow after it got too small for her, although that is a fantastic joke, and we certainly used it in the studio. Well done, Alondra. All right, so here over the next couple of segments, we're going to kind of go across the country a little bit and look at the games that are going on outside of LSU. Now, certainly we'll still have one more probably LSU segment before we get out of here today. But here's what we're going to do. We did this last week as well. We are going to go viewing window. Now, obviously, outside of the LSU game, that would be the obvious one. But we're going to go window to window, TV window, give you the games that are in that window. You choose the game that you would have on your main screen and why. All right, so we will go ahead and let's do this because I want to pay respect to a little Friday night football, because who doesn't love a good Friday night college game when you don't have anything else going on, and if you played your high school game on a Thursday night. So your choices tonight. Over on FS1, you've got Northwestern at Maryland. Over on CBS Sports Network, you've got UNLV, Utah State. And over on ESPN, you've got Utah at Arizona State. Breaking news, Cam Rising is actually going to play. He is still with us. Wasn't sure there for a little bit. So, Alondra, we'll start with you. Which game are you going with?
So, UNLV has been getting very interesting the past couple weeks.
Yep.
But with Cam Rising being back,
Yeah.
I might check out that Utah-Arizona State game tonight.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah.
That is not a bad choice. Jordan, any of those 3 games, which one are you going with?
Oh, man, I'm trying to look at them. I'm looking at them right here. I hate to be like, oh, I'm going to watch the Utah game because, you know, they're both 4-1, Arizona State.
Both 1-1 in Big 12.
Yeah, I'm about to say Cam Rising being back is tantalizing. But in Utah, I like Haj Malik Williams a lot. No, Ricky White III
He's
for
really
Utah.
good.
I'm not Utah, for UNLV.
Yeah.
Man, ball player. So I like UNLV a lot. That game they lost against Syracuse with Kyle McCord.
Overtime, yeah.
Yeah, I like what UNLV showed me. So I might go with them.
Okay.
They're a little frisky.
Yeah, they
very
are.
frisky.
They are. I mean, they had every chance to win that game against Syracuse. They would still be undefeated, still be ranked, and still be in the playoff discussion. We'll see if they can fight their way back into that, because remember, they do have 2 wins against Big 12 teams this year in Kansas and Houston, so they still got Power 4 wins on their resume.
Yeah.
I do like that, Jordan, but I'm with Alondra. Cam Rising finally coming back. I've got to watch Utah. Utah right now kind of being forgotten about in the Big 12 race because they did lose that game already to Arizona. But remember, Cam Rising makes that team a completely different team. And so I'm going to go watch Utah and Arizona State. All right, let's go to the early window, the noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central Time. South Carolina at Alabama. Clemson at Wake Forest. Missouri at UMass. Why are you going to UMass? Why?
Why is Missouri going to UMass?
Why? Like, I understand some road games, like when Bama goes to South Florida, they want to recruit Tampa. I get that. That makes sense. Tampa's a big city. Why are you going to UMass? I got to ask Eli about that. Washington at Iowa. Wisconsin at Rutgers. Georgia Tech at North Carolina. And then the final game in that early window, Toledo at Buffalo. I'm not going to throw UAB Army in there. Army's going to boat race
them.
UAB.
Yeah, they're going to destroy them.
Not the sexiest early window.
At all.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Bama, South Carolina.
It's kind of the
That's
only
like,
one that has any juice to it.
Yeah, and also
Washington,
like
Iowa. Washington, Iowa's got some.
Yeah, It does.
I just hate watching Iowa. I'll be real. I hate watching Iowa. Like,
You don't love grit.
I want to see flash. I'm a flashy guy. I'm a flashy guy. Flashy guy.
Yeah, I want to see how Alabama bounces back after losing to Vandy, and South Carolina only scored a field goal when they played against Ole Miss last week. So I'm interested, I guess.
Yeah, South Carolina backs against the wall. Like, they need to show some signs of life for Shane. They can't just fold this year, you know.
Poor
And
Shane.
Shane's not helping himself right now. Some of the comments, people all over him about Ole Miss faking injuries. Look, I don't like it either. But anytime you lose and you say something like that, it's always going to sound worse. If you'd have won and said it, nobody cares. So
to be fair, he was like, look, I got my own problems. I get that. But
I love Shane. Shane's one of my favorites.
Yeah. But it is like sort of a, are you out here making excuses look to some people.
Pulled a Hugh Freeze?
Yeah, no, he didn't
I
throw his
wasn't
players
as
under
bad
the
as
bus.
Hugh Freeze,
He was
but-
talking about Ole Miss faking injuries.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
He's like, it's weird. Every time we got a first down, they get injured.
Yeah.
And slow it down. Yeah.
Just a little
shade.
Petty. A little petty.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, which game you going with in the early window?
I mean, I'm out the road with y'all. Too much stink going on. You know, honestly, that's probably when I'm going to be driving up to BR because I got to work the LSU game.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm probably going to take that window to take my drive.
I'm going to go full weirdo mode and go Washington, Iowa.
Okay.
I think
I like
Washington last week getting a big win against Michigan. Iowa, they get their first Big Ten loss against Ohio State. I'm curious how Washington responds.
Yeah.
I think there's still players from that national championship team on this Washington roster. Not a ton, but there's still some players that played in that game, starters in that game. So to be a little bit different, I'll go Washington and Iowa because 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Yeah. All right, let's go to the afternoon window.
You already know what I'm locked in on.
You got Texas, Oklahoma there in the All-State Red River rivalry game. That's going to be inside the Cotton Bowl. Over on CBS, you've got Penn State at USC. Over on NBC, you've got Stanford at Notre Dame. ESPN sneaky game here. You've got Cal at Pitt. Pitt 5-0.
Pitt is good.
Right now, number 22 in the country. Eli Holstein from Zachary leading the charge there for the Pitt Panthers. Over on FS1, you got to be a real sicko to watch this one. Purdue at Illinois. ACC Network, another sneaky game. Louisville at UVA at Virginia. Virginia 4-1 overall, 2-0 in the ACC. So that's another game in the afternoon window. And then you've got Arizona at BYU.
Ooh.
That BYU undefeated, number 14 in the country. Arizona, a couple of big wins already under their belt this year. Noah Fafita has not really played like we thought he would.
He really
but
hasn't.
Still, Arizona, BYU, right now, BYU a small 3-point favorite. Now, I know where Alondra's probably going to go here.
Yes, I am going to be watching that UT-OU game. Yesterday I was thinking about it, and I couldn't decide if Texas was going to cover in this game or not. But with Quinn being back, and OU doesn't look as good as I thought they were going to look this season, so I think I'm going to take them to cover.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I mean,
It was
it's hard.
15.
It
Or
went
did it
down
move?
to 14 and a
Oh,
half.
okay.
for
Then, yeah, I'm
Texas.
definitely gonna take that,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're actually getting some more than you wanted, yeah.
Well, I'll be honest, guys. I'm being fueled by pure hate out of mine. I will be tapping into the Penn State USC game. One, I hate James Franklin, and I hate Lincoln Riley. So this is the ultimate hate watch for me. So regardless of the outcome of the game, I'm winning. Hopefully,
Which one do you dislike more?
Oh, Penn State. Penn
Lincoln?
State, without a doubt.
I was gonna say
I
Lincoln
hate Penn State is easily the team I hate the most.
Yeah, there's something about Penn State that I'm not a fan of either. I've never played Penn State.
Yeah.
I should like them. They play old school football with great traditional uniforms.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
uniforms.
The whiteout's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really James Franklin.
Maybe their history you don't love.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is
Sandusky,
maybe that's what it is.
you know.
Great uniform matchup, though.
Yeah.
Penn
Yeah.
State USC,
Yeah.
one of the
Classics.
all-timers.
My brother texted me yesterday. Speaking of uniforms, this is kind of off topic, but he was like, the only way LSU can compete with Ole Miss's uniforms, they got to come out with the all whites tomorrow.
Have we seen what Ole Miss is going more traditional for them? They're going navy
I said, wouldn't LSU
and
wear
red.
white?
Yeah, LSU's wearing some form of white
They need
because
the
Ole
all
Miss
whites.
is showing, but
Yeah.
I would assume Ole Miss is like an old rivalry. I would assume just the
red
classic,
jersey.
Yeah, they are. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming LSU's gold, white, gold. I would assume like the classic.
I guess so.
Yeah, uniform like that.
They
Now
can't
you
come
know
out with the baby blues.
they've done numbers on the side of the helmets with gray face mask against Ole Miss before. That was a little tip of the cap to to Billy Cannon and
that was Joe Burrow year, right?
in 2018. Yeah, he was a quarterback. Yeah. Gosh. I mean, Texas Oklahoma is the obvious one, and I'll be there doing the pregame show, and it's one of the games of the week. Penn State USC though.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's
USC
actually
USC has a chance to get back into the conversation, and we're going to find out if Penn State's fraudulent or not.
I think they're fraudulent. Any James Franklin team's fraudulent. What has James Franklin done since he's been up
I mean,
there?
he did win at Vanderbilt consistently, kind of.
Well, we just seen what I can't tell you who the head coach of Vanderbilt is now, but I think he's
Clark
got
Lee
more.
played fullback. Of course, you wouldn't know that.
Oh no, man. Fullback. That's beyond my time, man. Y'all were phased out the game.
No, hey, chill out.
Not in. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of making a bit of a
Did
comeback.
Cal Juszczyk score last night?
I feel like they're kind of making a comeback.
Can the Saints offense do a damn thing without Taysom Hill playing fullback?
That's a Kubiak
They
problem.
cannot.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Though. That's
so
ridiculous.
fullbacks
Jake.
are back. No, what's ridiculous is you're throwing shade at the fullback.
No. It's no
Make
shade.
fullbacks great again.
Mm-hmm.
We respect fullbacks
Every day, all day. All right. In a game that's kind of in its own little landing spot on TV, it's a 4 p.m. Eastern time kick, and nobody's going to watch this one maybe, but we want to give love to UL Monroe, right? UL Monroe, 4-1 on the year, 2-0 in the Sun Belt, going to beat the hell out of Southern Miss in Malone Stadium in Monroe, Louisiana. So I wanted to shout out ULM. Starting in the primetime windows, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time, you've got Florida at Tennessee, Washington State at Fresno State over on FS1. You've got over on NBC, Ohio State at Oregon. Of course, now you got the LSU Ole Miss game. Again, we're taking that one out because that would be the obvious.
Yeah.
How about this one, though? Vanderbilt at Kentucky.
Okay.
That's my
Over on the SEC network.
That's my answer.
I know. All right, a couple more games
I
here
might go with that
in the
one.
primetime window.
can't go with that.
Syracuse at NC State. No thanks. Iowa State at West Virginia on Fox. Both 2-0 in the Big 12.
That's T's game.
WVU a little frisky. Iowa State number 11 in the country. Where are we going?
I mean,
That Kentucky
I'm about to say
Vandy
Kentucky
game.
Vanderbilt. That's too juicy. It's too juicy.
Yeah, and I feel like I already know what's going to happen with Tennessee, Florida.
That's interesting.
And
though. Interesting.
It is because Tennessee just lost.
Yeah, and Billy got him. Billy got him
and
hot.
Florida just won. But I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Kentucky Vandy.
Okay, how about that?
It's too good.
3
to pass
weeks
up.
ago,
Yeah.
right
We would've been
before
like,
Kentucky
"Ugh."
played Ole
Yeah.
Miss, you would have been like, I'm not watching that for money.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me to watch that one. Now, I don't know. Kind of intriguing. I wouldn't pick that one probably, but it would certainly be one of the four. I'm going to go chalk here. Give me Ohio State, Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 2 versus 3.
You're right. But it's just like
it's the first real moment, like
Yeah.
Big Ten,
yeah.
Oregon opponent, the standard kind of other Big Ten,
Yeah.
one of Michigan, Ohio State. Of the standards is coming to your place, new conference, big matchup. Really, Sunday players all over the place.
all over.
Yeah.
Where's your brain at?
Ohio
for that one?
State.
Ohio State.
Yeah, I
Ohio
just think they
State.
got too much. They got too much. Oregon has enough to beat anybody else in the Big Ten, including Penn State.
Yeah.
I don't know they have enough to beat Ohio State.
It's gonna be a banger,
Dylan
though.
Gabriel would have to have the kind of game that he had last year against Texas when he was at Oklahoma, which he's capable.
I'm about to say he's
of. Yeah.
capable. You got the weapons, so it's capable. Man, that's really a game of like the outcome of that is just gonna change so much of the landscape.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So much.
You're gonna have one of those. I mean, if Oregon loses, they're probably out of the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of their other performances this year against Boise State and some
Failed
other
out.
teams, they got kind of docked for that and
Yeah.
fell all the way down to 7. So. The late slate, you better hope that those primetime games deliver because the late slate is not great. You are not going to be staying up. You got one game, and so that's why you're going to be watching that one game.
Yeah.
Because it's Big Ten Network, Minnesota at UCLA. No,
Ew.
thank you.
Yeah.
You've got on CBS Sports Network, Boise State at Hawaii. I mean, Genty's somebody that I want to watch, but I would watch for him, not for the game. And he's going to be out by halftime like he has been the last couple of weeks. The big one is certainly the one Jordan was talking about. Over on ESPN, a 10:15 Eastern time kick. Kansas State at Colorado. Kansas State is small, 3-point favorite. Sign me up for this one. If Colorado wins this one, it's real.
They might get moved up into the top 20.
They're ranked if they win this one. They're ranked, and they are
and
in line in the Big 12 for a potential college football playoff spot.
I need the chaos. I want the chaos. I want
the Big 12 is going to be chaotic energy all season.
Yes.
And like good chaotic energy.
Yes. I need this just for the narratives. If Colorado wins this game, the narratives are going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Complete flip.
That's what's important to remember this year is even if these teams have a loss, which Colorado does against Nebraska, and we could go to some other teams, like even like Virginia out of the ACC, they've got a loss, but it's not in conference play. We have to remember that these automatic bids are going to be for the conference champion. Like overall record, you can lose 2 games out of conference. Normally that takes you out of it in a 4-team playoff, not in a 12-team playoff. So the ACC, the Big 12, that are more wide open than the Big 10 SEC, although the SEC is pretty damn open right now. But it's not for like maybe as many teams. Like the Big 12 like still 6 teams, 6 to 8 teams. ACC, like SMU still in the conversation. Miami, Florida State, UVA. I mean, so many teams are in it. So there's going to be some teams that have multiple losses but still have every opportunity in November.
It's like I love that, though.
I do, too.
That it's wide open
it's like the NFL.
Yeah.
Look, I was on a 4-8 team in the NFL. We were 4-8. We won 4 in a row. Denver was 8-4. They lost 4 in a row, including the last game of the season to us in San Diego.
Yeah.
We win the division at 8-8 after being 4-8, and we beat the 13-3 Colts in the first round.
Yeah.
And go to the second round. Give Pittsburgh all they want and then some. Barely lose that game. Got away from us late. They went and they won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
You know, so some people don't like that. Some people want more consistency. I like the drama at the end. Get hot at the right time, and you can go win something.
Yeah.
I'm on both sides of the fence because a piece of me, I wish like when Bama lost to Vanderbilt, that's supposed to end your season right there. Like back in the day, Bama's finished, but now they still got life. It's a season debilitating loss. I miss the fact that if you lose to a team like Vanderbilt, you're cooked. I just miss that aspect a little bit. But other than that, yes, it's good for parity. That is 12 spots.
Just find it a lot more entertaining.
Yeah, it's good for parity.
There's going to be so many more fan bases that are engaged late.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like ones that.
Like Boise State.
Yeah. Oh, they're all year.
Yeah.
The service academies.
Yes.
The Army
they're both
and Navy
undefeated right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they would play 2 weeks in a row. They play at the American Championship. And think if Army and Navy met in that game with a playoff spot on the line.
Hectic.
I have covered that game when both teams have had a losing record, and it's electric.
Yeah.
It's incredible. If they play with that on the line, and now you couldn't get to they could play 2 weeks in a row. They could play in the American Championship with that chance. And then let's say the next week they come back. Let's say Army beats Navy in that. And then Navy comes back and beats Army the next week.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot wait to be in D.C. for that. Both of them play Notre Dame, by the way. Army and Navy.
They do.
So
Notre
it's
Dame's
almost
on the
like
clock.
if one of them beats Notre Dame, that's almost going to be enough for them.
Yeah.
Yes. No, Notre Dame's on the clock.
Yeah.
It's ticking for them because they got to see, like you said, they have to see both of them. They're on the clock.
Yeah. That ain't going to be easy. That is not going to be easy.
If you ask me, they'll lose one of those games. They're not beating both of them. I don't think Notre Dame.
I don't think they do either. I think Navy's a little bit better than Army. I think Blake Horvath and the ability to throw the football, Navy quarterback, right now, second highest QBR of all time.
All time.
At this point in the season.
He was like, is he still number 1 in the season though?
Yeah. So.
All meathead team.
All meathead QB1, baby. Let's go. All right, we will step away.
Okay, but Cam's back. Or is he off it permanently since he's so soft?
He's got to show me a lot.
Yeah.
He's got to show me some real too gritty to be pretty energy here in this game against Arizona State. All right, more OTB when we come back. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com. Reliable and hassle-free trash removal services here in South Louisiana. And you go to the brand new website. By the way, the new website, and I told them when they were in here the other day, it looks incredible. They have done such a nice job. And when you go to that website, trashrangers.com, you can, in the bottom portion of the website, sign up for residential service. You can also sign up for that commercial service. So if you're a business owner and you want to partner with Trash Rangers, I can just tell you they are the one you need to call. You need to call them today at 225-363-9053. So professional, just a class act, and you are going to see the difference. Sign up for those roll-off dumpsters as well, all right? So you give them a call. Hey, I got a project at my home. I got a project at my business. You tell them kind of what you've got going on. They have 3 different sizes. They'll make sure you've got the right size for your project at your home or business, and they'll get that delivered to you. TrashRangers.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985.
But for you, I guess you moved on really easily.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Good for you, I guess that you've been working on yourself. I guess the therapist I found for you should really help. Now you can be a better man for your brand new girl.
All right, welcome back into OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. All right, so every week over on Off Campus, and I've tried to get this done here on this show for years. We used to do it way back. I mean, like Hanging with Hester in Shreveport did this game, did it here in Baton Rouge. Sometimes we play it, sometimes we don't. I play it every Friday over on Off Campus, one of my favorite things to do. It's called What's the Ticket?
Okay.
All right, so this involves,
I love a game.
So it's top 25. At least one of the teams has to be in the top 25. And we go across the country.
Okay.
And I pick out a set of games in each category. What is the highest ticket to get into the game?
Okay.
What's the lowest ticket to get into the game,
All right.
Okay.
And it's like we've been doing this for like a decade now, and it is always one that you think you've got an idea, and then you'll be shocked by some of the prices. All right, so I'll give you the list of games, and I'll repeat them as many times as you need, and we'll give now this is like the cheapest to get in.
Okay.
Right, so the number could be.
So we're talking nosebleeds, like those
nosebleeds.
Nosebleeds.
The cheapest ticket to get in. It has to involve at least one top 25 opponent. Okay.
All right.
So do y'all want to start with highest or lowest?
I kind of want to do lowest.
All right, we can start with lowest. And I do think this week might actually be one of the easier selections that we've had. Now, highest, good luck. That's going to be absolutely brutal. This is a slate that we've talked about for 6 months. All right, I've got the list of games. Here we go. Is the lowest ticket in the country involving one top 25 team, is it Utah at Arizona State?
Okay.
Is it USC, South Carolina at Alabama? Okay. Is it Missouri at UMass? Is it Penn State at USC? Or is it Cal at Pitt?
Okay. I'm between Missouri and UMass because it's at UMass.
It is at UMass.
And I'm
correct.
also, you know what? I'm going to go with that one.
Okay.
Because I was thinking Cal Pitt too, but it's at Pitt.
Yes, true. Yeah. True.
I'm not doing no California teams. I mean, UMass seems like the obvious choice, but then it'll be like, well, definitely it's not that one because it's so obvious to pick. It might be the Utah, man. So are they at Utah?
It's at Arizona State.
Oh, Arizona. Ooh, Arizona's kind of I might say Arizona kind of expensive.
Come on, Jordan.
UMass.
All right, we will start with the highest and work our way down to the lowest here. So the highest in this category, I mean, just crazy low prices, by the way. USC, South Carolina at Alabama, you can get in for $30. $30 gets you into the stadium. Utah at Arizona State, $24 gets you into that stadium.
Okay.
Cal at Pitt, for $20, you can get into that stadium. This is sad. This is embarrassing. Penn State at USC, Southern Cal, $16.
In California.
Number 5 team in the country.
Yeah.
Penn State, your new conference opponent, is coming to your building.
That's sad.
And you can get in for $16.
Wow.
That's crazy to me. But y'all are both right. This week was a little bit obvious. Missouri at UMass, $6.
Wow.
If you have an Abe Lincoln and a George Washington, you're getting
go to
in the
football game.
$6.
That's hilarious.
To see a top 25 team come into your stadium, UMass. Now, you're horrid. You're awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, $6 gets you into the game.
And honestly,
that top 25 team ain't all that good either.
Yeah. They got blown out.
They got exposed.
Think about it, though. That's $6. You might be able to buy that for nosebleeds. Ain't nobody there. You can work your way down. You can just work your way down.
Oh, there's no question you can work your way down.
Work your way down
in that contest. All right, here's where it gets a little bit more difficult. All right, it's the highest ticket. Now, this is the lowest of the highest. Okay. Ole Miss at LSU. Is it Texas versus OU in Dallas? Is it Arizona at BYU? Is it Florida at Tennessee? Is it Ohio State at Oregon? Or is it K-State at Colorado?
Okay, so these are the most expensive tickets of the weekend, and I'm supposed to guess the lowest one out of these?
No, so which one is the most expensive? But it's going to be like the get-in price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
get-in price, but it's going to be the highest of that group.
I mean, because of the pageantry and it being like the rivalry and it's at Jerry World and all that, I'm going to say.
No, it's not. It's at the old Cotton Bowl.
Cotton Bowl?
It's at the
Oh,
old Cotton Bowl.
okay. I'm still going to say OU.
They tried to move
Texas,
that
though.
game, and people were like, we will come out with our pitchforks
Yeah.
if you try to move that game from the Cotton Bowl.
My choice is simply the Tennessee game, only because I had to be a month ago. I seen that Tennessee was raising their ticket prices to cover NIL or something like that. So I'm
is
definitely.
that already in effect?
I don't know. I'm not a Tennessee. I can't tell you if it is or it isn't, but I'll probably go Tennessee because I just heard they're
Okay.
going to raise the prices.
All right, Alondra.
Yeah, I think it's the OU Texas one.
All right, so we'll go from the lowest ticket to the highest ticket. All right, so the lowest at $74 is Arizona at BYU.
Good price.
Yeah, still a good price.
Good price.
Florida at Tennessee is $153. At $154, K-State at Colorado. That's a big ticket as
Dang.
well.
Yeah.
That's a big
Crazy.
ticket. Ole Miss at LSU, $168
I
right
felt
now.
that. I felt that's about right.
Ohio State at Oregon, $192.
Yeah, we all knew that.
And these are nosebleeds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
And the winner, Alondra, 2 for 2 in her What's the Ticket debut. Texas versus OU. Anybody want to guess?
300.
Yeah, like 350.
$294.
Close. About 300. You round that up.
$294 to get in. Now, the Cotton Bowl is an older stadium.
Yeah.
There's not many bad seats.
That's true.
In that place. It's not one of these massive stadiums where you're up in the nosebleeds. I mean,
kind of like still.
there's not too many bad seats in the Cotton Bowl, but $294.
Lord.
There's some surprising numbers in there. Like Florida, Tennessee, Neyland's huge. Florida, the record, $153. That's still a pretty high get-in
decent,
price.
yeah.
I thought Ohio State, Oregon would even be a little bit higher.
I thought so too.
K-State, Colorado, shout out to the Buffs. I mean, $154. Ole Miss, LSU, right at $168, about what I thought there. The most surprising of the week is Penn State at USC being $16.
I know.
That's sad.
That is sad.
In
Like,
California.
What are we
Well, that's how
doing?
much they don't care over there.
Oh, they don't. I mean,
like,
no. I mean,
yeah.
I played football in Southern California for 5 years, and I don't think I ever heard a whisper of college football.
Yeah.
When I
Really?
was in San Diego. No.
Oh, they don't like. I would have thought USC,
No.
been strong in the Southern California area.
No, and I mean, SDSU was really good, too, when I
San
was
Diego
there.
State was-
But, I mean, we'd go watch Steven Strasburg play baseball.
Yeah.
Really?
You know,
Over-
Chris Bryant play at USD.
Yeah.
But, no, college football is just, it ain't it in Southern
I
California.
was going to say a baseball over there.
Oh, my. I would have never thought USC didn't have that type of control on the state, other than UCLA, who's their competition? Southern California, for real.
People in California just don't care.
Go South said, yeah, $16 for a ticket, but after fees, it's like $65. That's
Fair.
That's fair. It's basically like, when you get DoorDash or a delivery service or Uber Eats or whatever,
yeah.
it's
Scam.
like your meal's like $21, and then you check out, it's like $43.
Yes.
That's what it feels like when you buy tickets.
That's ridiculous.
It's the same situation. And you're like, wait a minute, I pay a monthly fee for this service, and I still get these fees that are attached to it. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's the same situation.
Man, $16, man. Damn.
Yeah.
We need something like that out here. Right?
I mean, I would go
I would,
to that
though.
game.
I mean,
If
why
I
would
was
I
in
not?
LA for $16, like I would go to the Coliseum and watch that game.
Same.
Why wouldn't you? If you love football and you're in the Southern California area, you don't got 16 smackaroos on you. That sounds like a problem. Like,
I mean, times are tough. I mean, they're expensive.
times are tough. Very tough.
Yeah.
But you got 16 in
Times are
California, buddy, you
Yeah.
might be homeless.
Yeah, that is true. I always wonder, because when I was fortunate enough to be able to, be a professional, live out there, I used to drive around and be like, what does someone that has, a good job but doesn't make like life-changing money, like how do you afford to live here?
Yeah.
Jay,
You
Blew my mind all the time.
I'll tell you this. So we went to San Francisco. We go to In-N-Out Burger. I
Yep.
promise you. We go to In-N-Out Burger. They got right on the front wall, like the front glass of the door, now hiring $25 an hour.
Oh,
yeah.
my
Yeah, now keep in mind,
gosh.
if that was down here in Louisiana, you get $25 an hour to work at a
I'd be
burger spot.
rich.
Yeah.
Oh, I would quit. Man, what? Man, what? I'm flipping them burgers. But out there, $25 an hour is like nothing.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm like, $25 to work at In-N-Out?
Yep.
God.
All right, so again, the lowest ticket in the top 25 this weekend, Missouri at UMass for $6. The highest ticket is Texas OU in the Cotton Bowl for $294. All right, we'll step away. We'll give you one final thought on LSU Ole Miss. We'll also have Ask the Bench to finish up today. Stay locked in here. It is OTB on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com. That's GEAUX Tommies.com. That's Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. And the great thing about the website, and I tell you every single day, it's got a gallery of work, okay? So like what they've done in the community at different homes, different businesses in your area. But the thing is, like, you're going to be blown away by the gallery. Do not mistake me. But also remember, they can do anything custom that you kind of have in your memory. Right? You saw something, you're like, hey, I saw this. Can it get done? I've never really seen it anywhere else. Well, they can. I mean, that's what you're going to get. That's the kind of attention to detail you're going to get. I've had Tommy come over to my house before, right? And he is going to have the same vision that you have. And again, so you can go to the website, a great asset for you, gotommys.com. You can find, other services that they offer, testimonials of past clients, all the windows, doors, and siding information right there on the website. Also, pick up the phone, give them a call today to set everything up at 225-250-8808.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Jordan, you did the one thing that you can never do.
What did I do?
You brought up burgers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen.
Can't do it. You bring up burgers, people get real defensive.
Yeah, I peeped somebody called somebody a casual for not knowing his burger. So I was like, that's crazy.
Guys. And I know this is always a conversation. As soon as Jordan said In-N-Out, I said, well, that's going to start a conversation. You can like In-N-Out. You can like Whataburger. You can like Five Guys. You can like Mooyah. You can like McDonald's, Burger King. It doesn't matter. It's like music. Why do we have to slam somebody's music choices? It might not be for you, but it's for them. There's a lot of different music. There's a lot of different burgers out there.
Yes.
It is okay. There's things that T-Bob listens to that I don't enjoy, but my God, it brings joy to T-Bob, and vice versa. It's okay to have different opinions on burgers and music, right?
It's okay to have different opinions.
On anything, but those are two that
yeah.
always bring out the pitchforks.
Yes.
All right, let's take one final look at LSU versus Ole Miss. We all know what the deal is. Ole Miss is coming into Tiger Stadium, where they have not won since 2008, and they are coming in as a favorite. It opened up at 3.5. It stayed at 3.5. This line has not moved. The over-under, 62.5. So certainly would have cleared that by about 40 points a year ago. In fact, going back to 2022, they also would have cleared that. The game, I believe, was 45-20. So this has been a high-scoring affair. I'm expecting Tiger Stadium to be at an 11. We get this every so often, and it's the reason why whatever list comes out, Tiger Stadium's always at the top. It's because of games like this. Now, for South Alabama, for UCLA, I understand that it's not that. But when it's this, it deserves to be number one on all of those rankings. You are going to affect the game. You are going to be a part of the game. I have been on that grass when you've affected the game. Now, I didn't get maybe the full totality of it because I was an offensive player, but I felt it on the sidelines, right? You have made moments that weren't football moments memorable. When USC and Stanford score was announced in 2007, I've never heard a place as loud. And that was a non-football moment. That was a moment that you knew if we won that game, we were going to be the number one team in the country. We did. We were. So I'm looking forward to that. And, being on the broadcast, maybe I won't get, the full experience because, you're locked in, you got the headphones on or whatever. But I am looking forward to just Tiger Stadium being, at its peak. Again, T-Bob said it. We get this at least once a year. Sometimes we get it twice. This year we might get it 3 times, but it doesn't mean you take it for granted.
At all. I mean, the one time that I was in Tiger Stadium for that Georgia game, that was the one time I really took in 100,000 people screaming at one time, especially when Georgia's on the field. You can't even hear yourself think. But I'm sitting like, bro, these people have to actually run plays and communicate, and I can't even talk to the drunk guy next to me. So I can only imagine. Like, it's going to be nighttime, piped up, like you said, jumping. Stadium literally jumping. So it should be real home field advantage.
And also, like, anytime LSU is an underdog like this because of what LSU's been over the last 3 decades, it's considered disrespect.
Yes.
Because outside of Alabama, you have, some people don't like this, you've been a standard of college football. You've got the second most national championships. You've got 3, you've played for 4. Yeah. Nobody else has 3 outside of Alabama. And so when you are an underdog in your own stadium, you should take that disrespectful. Right? It should be an act of disrespect, and you should talk about it. It should be brought up, and it should be kind of the rallying cry for you as a team. Right now, the ESPN matchup predictor has Ole Miss a 67.3% chance to win this game.
That's the most disrespectful.
Right? As players, sometimes, after the ball's kicked, honestly, it's like whoever the opponent is, right? You kind of even lose sight of the logos. You really do. But it can affect your preparation for a game. Because as a player, you always feel like you're preparing the same way. You really do. Like if you're playing Middle Tennessee, or if you're playing Tennessee, like you feel like, all right, I'm doing the same things that I've done, but you really don't.
Yeah.
When you're playing Tennessee, it's a little bit extra. It's 5 more minutes of film. It's 5 more minutes of walkthrough. It's making sure I go for my keys one last time on the bus. And all of those things add up. Well, this is one of those games, right? This is one of those games where through the disrespect, you can use that in your preparation. And I hope that they have. I think that they have. And you've got a veteran team, certainly on the offensive side of the football, that is going to be prepared to play. It's going to be the young guys on defense. How much have you prepared? Are you ready for the moment? Because Trey Harris is going to play.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I would be shocked.
Yeah.
Oh,
if he
Brian
doesn't
Kelly
play.
said last night on the Brian Kelly show that Trey Harris is going to play.
He's going to play.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't he? I mean, by the way, Trey Harris, great young man.
Yeah.
Met up with him at media days. I mean, incredibly well-spoken, very respectful, and that's a kid that I promise you could root for, right? But I know he plays for Ole Miss. All right, I understand that. But he's from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Como, right? He played at Louisiana Tech. I bet when he left high school, signed with Louisiana Tech, he never thought that he'd be coming into Tiger Stadium on an opposing team and the biggest threat to LSU, right? He's going to be fired up for this game. He's never played in this stadium. Last year, he played in Oxford. So he's playing in this game. It's going to be as full strength as they possibly can be. They've got injuries here or there, so do you. It's what it is at this portion of the season. So I'm fired up for it. I think a couple of keys to the game. Caden Durham for LSU is going to be key, not just in the run game. A swing pass can be an extension of the run. You need him to have 2 explosive plays. Explosive plays are 20-plus yards. If he has 2 of those, I feel really good about where you're at offensively because that opens up everything else. And then defensively, if you stop the run, if you take away their ability to, RPO you and you're scared to death of what that's going to do, but if you're taking it away, it changes the narrative of the RPO game. Jackson Dart's going to have some Q runs that they have not asked him to do this year. They just are. You've been hit by Nichols in South Carolina on Q runs. They are going to try to run Jackson Dart. He has the ability. You have to be able to stop those. So, again, as much as we talk about Trey Harris and Jackson Dart through the air, it's going to be what you do against Parrish, what you do against Dart, what you do against Jones in the run game, in my opinion, for LSU to get this done.
It's crazy because I was just going to ask you, what's the temperature on Jackson Dart right now? Like, how are you feeling about, because this is his 3rd year playing LSU, so he's got a understanding at this point. It should be nothing he's never seen before. He's also played in Death Valley before, not at night, but like and he's a veteran at this point.
Oh, yeah.
So how are we feeling about that? Because those type of guys can win you the game.
Oh, look, Jackson Dart is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Yeah. Jackson Dart's a top 5 quarterback in the country, in my opinion, just because of what he can do through the air and on the ground. Again, they haven't asked him to do a lot on the ground. This feels like a game they're going to ask him to do that. He'll be fine as far as handling the situation, right? But you have to take something away from him. That's the thing. If you take something away from him and make him one-dimensional, it's a different quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not the passer, the true pocket passer that Garrett Nussmeier is. It's his totality of work that makes him who he is. So if you take away one portion of that,
make him one-dimensional,
that bodes well for you. Yeah. So that's going to be a couple of keys to the game. Anything else before we close the book on LSU, Ole Miss coming up tomorrow night in Death Valley?
It's coin
flip.
Hard. Get hard.
Oh, okay. All right, well, there's nothing I can do to top that. In true T-Bob fashion. I can remind you, go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Truly your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. Remember, if you want to schedule that rental, maybe you're going to watch LSU in Fayetteville, maybe you're going to watch them in College Station, maybe for some reason you want to go to Gainesville, Florida to watch them there as well, you can do that. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. When we come back, we'll answer your questions to close out this week's shows. It is Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Crews like Vizzy Art Seltzer, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Wheat.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 24/7, 365, game day, weekend, holiday, does not matter, 24/7 emergency service. 225-925-8552 is that number. Look, there's a lot of things that I feel really comfortable about doing at my home, some honeydews, some maintenance. I got no idea when it comes to plumbing. Plumbing is something for the professionals, and the professionals are at Central Plumbing. Remember, though, the name is not just in Central Louisiana. The greater Baton Rouge area, we're talking to you. So Zachary, Central, Prairieville, Baton Rouge, Port Allen, like you name it, we're talking to you. Okay, so go to the website, centralplumbing.org, see what they can do for you in the emergency services, but also in the remodels. If you want to remodel your home or business, go tankless today with a tankless water heater. They can do all that and much more. Centralplumbing.org.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
All right, welcome back into OTB. It is now time for Ask the Bench, brought to you by Coworkers Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Let's see. Ask Jake, what is your top pick? I like Ohio State and Washington. Ooh, I don't know. That's my favorite pick. We'll have to put the pontoon parlay out a little bit later. Certainly forgot about that as well. I like Ohio State. I don't know that would be my favorite pick. You have a favorite, Alondra? Have you looked at it at all?
I was looking at it a second ago. I do like that Ohio State play. I said earlier I think I'm going to take Texas to cover.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's my favorite either. That one might be a little, I don't know.
Hawaii plus 21.
Ooh, against Boise?
Yes, sir.
I don't know about that one.
Hawaii plus 21.
I don't know about that one either.
Hey.
What's the Colorado line?
K-State minus 3.5.
I'm taking Colorado plus 3.5.
Might take the points in that one. We'll put that out there later. We'll put the pontoon parlay out there. We'll get feedback from everybody. Ask Jake, what was your favorite uniform when you were at LSU? We wore the same one every time. We only wore one special uniform, and it was against Tulane in the Hurricane Katrina game 2007. They wore special uniforms. We wore white, purple, white. It was the only time we wore anything different. And, of course, I love the OG uniforms, but I love the all-white now. Look, I love the gold, white, white. Hunt hates it. Moscona hates it. They're boring. I love it. I love the big Army flag that they had against Army as well.
Yeah.
Like that was all. I'd love to add that permanently.
Yes, same.
To the uniform.
Yeah.
Ask the bench. Does Jordan own a shower shotgun?
I'm gonna assume they're talking about shotgunning a beer in a
Nope,
shower.
they don't.
Oh well, no, I don't.
Like an actual
Taylor actually has a shotgun right outside of his shower.
Wait, what?
Just in case.
Just
He
in
has a
case.
shotgun chilling right out. That is the most Taylor thing I've ever heard in my life. Only Taylor would think he needs to have a shotgun right out the shower.
Also, only Taylor would go to Branson, Missouri for a vacation.
Yeah. Gatlinburg. Real white.
Yeah. Cleveland for a bachelor party.
Shower shot.
Ask the bench, did Tay buy a pair of New Balance and some Werther's Originals in Branson? He wears New Balances like almost every day.
Yeah.
So he probably did buy a new pair. And I can certainly see him eating the old man candy. Why is the big voice gal so embarrassed to be associated with the 9th ranked
Look.
show? Jordan was asking that too.
I don't
asking the
know.
same thing. The 9th ranked show in America. Like, why is she so down?
Ask Hester, what and where was the moment that you walked into a field and looked around and said, "Ish, this is really happening in my life."
I like that.
I mean, your first game in Tiger Stadium against Oregon State, but I tell you what, being in Wembley in the NFL against the Saints, looking around like, oh my God, I'm in Wembley. Are you kidding me? That was one too. We love you. We will see you next week. Go Tigers.
Off the bench.
All right, go to K2ZBlinds.com. K2ZBlinds.com. That is the website for K to Z window coverings as blinds, shutters, shades, and drapes. We are talking to you if you are looking to get something new into your home. And the best part about them is they're going to know your space. So we fully encourage you. All right, in the 985, call 985-590-4843. In the 225, call 225-228-0855. We give you those numbers because they're going to have the team come out to your place. They're going to look around. Like, you can tell them, kind of what you're looking to achieve there, but they're going to know your space better than you know it. And I know firsthand because they've done it for me. An outdoor shade that completely changed our entire home. It is always going to be down on Saturdays and Sundays when we're watching football. It shades the entire living room. Call them today. They're going to know your space. K2ZBlinds.com.
When you can't rely on technology.